Hello everyone and welcome to build up to our good game. It's West Ham United against Leeds United. Aye, for the second time in 8 days. As kickoff is 1 hour and 5 minutes away, which means the official lineup is just 5 minutes away. Gonzo, how you doing?
I'm not too bad, thanks, mate. All refreshed, fed, watered, and ready to go. What about yourself?
Yes, I'm feeling good actually. I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling good about the game. I'm looking forward to it. I think I say results have gone our way. The Man United results gone our way, if you like. I think that helps a little bit, takes the pressure off. It's not the end of the world if you draw, but it would very much be 2 points dropped if we did. But saying that, I think we're primed and ready to rock and roll. The lineups will be out in 4 minutes now, and I think there's some good news and some bad news, but we'll get into that in just a minute. You still confident? Prior to the lineups, you still confident?
No, I'm a little bit nervous, maybe. I think they are a good team. Well, I've maintained they're a good team all along. But I do think if we played Leeds 10 times because of the styles of the managers, I think we'd win 6 or 7 of them. I do. But you wouldn't play them 10 times and beat them 10 times. And I'm just now worried I've got a bit superstitious. So they due a win now, because they do have some good players. They do have a good style of play, and they will have probably more possession than us, and they have plenty of attacks. That being said, we're quite good at repelling those attacks and then counter-attacking. But I'm not massively 100% confident, no.
Major brings me on to the next topic we're going to quickly discuss for the lineups come out. West Ham win today. We go 3 points behind Chelsea. Chelsea currently second in the Premier League. And the most important thing is here, though, we will have played the same amount of games at the full-time whistle today. 22 games Chelsea have played. This is our 22nd. I think it's just unbelievable, actually. I think that when you look at it like that, I think that's when it hits home just how good a season we're having.
Yeah, I mean, I did the comparison in yesterday's video. I looked at where we were after the same number of points last season, and we're better off. We had what do we have? 37 points from that. 37 points after 23 games last season. Or was it 39? Whatever. I should know. I only discussed it yesterday, but we're doing better. We did better than we were last season. Chelsea are also better than they were last season because Tuchel came in halfway through or whenever it was and gave them a lift that they've been missing. So. And he has improved them. And Chelsea are a very, very good team. Even if you take the mitigating circumstances of Lukaku for all the reasons that we all know, not really working out. Penny for his thoughts on that. I wonder if he'd have rather have spent 100 million on a different striker. That'd be interesting. But they're still a very good team with loads of good players. And to be so close to them is magnificent. And if we can get to them, what is amazing about the Premier League is City are gone. And off on their own. To think that we could be in the group immediately below them is amazing, because actually I would expect us to be in the group below them, if you know what I mean.
So like with Crystal Palace and stuff like that.
I wouldn't quite go that
Leicester,
far down.
Everton.
Yes. No. This season, I just expect us to be like 6th, 7th, that sort of thing. But yeah, traditionally, let's say traditionally where Leicester have been in the last 4 or 5 years. But there's that immediate group that aren't quite as good as Man City. If we're in and amongst them, I think it's amazing, really.
Yeah. Just quickly, Gonzo. First of all, Ben clearly hasn't watched the preview. So Ben, the preview every week in case you haven't noticed. We tend to discuss the lineups and what we'd like to see. But for Ben and any others that haven't seen the preview, Gonzo, would you like to see Lanzini sitting deep with Declan or play Kral and drop one of the attackers?
Myself and Geo would like to see another holding midfielder in there for this one.
Because we're scared of Leeds.
Yeah, basically. We'd still play Lanzini, but liberated further forward, and we've dropped Fornells.
Liberated, what a word. A massive thank you to Mr. Chickster, who's chucked €5 in the tub, and he says, morning guys, these are the games we need to win, and we will never have a better chance of beating Man United at Old Trafford. That's obviously on the horizon as well. I think, like you said yesterday, hitting 3 points today sets us off into Old Trafford. They've dropped points against Aston Villa. Even when they were winning 2-0, I wasn't that harsh, to be honest with you. You watched it as well. I was watching Man U 2-0 up, and I thought, well, the first one's a goalkeeping error, and the second one's a defensive error. Man United profited from 2 individual mistakes from Aston Villa. There wasn't much about their team play, if you like, that worried me or anything. So when it was 2-2 Villa, I thought, brilliant, there you go. That's exactly what West Ham need. Man United's confidence shattered just before we go to Old Trafford. And this is the team that's hopefully going to get West Ham's confidence up heading to Old Trafford. Lucas Fabianski continues in goal. I'll just read it quickly. It's unchanged. It's the same 11 that played against Norwich City. I'll go through the 11 anyway, but it's on your screen just now. Got Lucas Fabianski in goal. Back four is Sufal, Dawson, Diop, and Creswell. Declan Rice alongside Manuel Lanzini in midfield with Michael Antonio up front, Blasic on the left, Boyd on the right, and Pablo Fornals in the 10.
Good team, Gio. Good team. Not our team, but a good team. That's it's nice to have so many players there. It's nice to have Cresswell back. A little bit of a shame that Zuma wasn't fit enough to start on this one. But you know what? I've got continuity there. We've not had to do any travel. I understand Leeds flew, actually, which is, I don't know, I do wonder how many teams do fly these days. So they're not going to have the fatigue of the journey, but it is a hassle getting on and off a plane. It's not, it's not just plain, I was going to say plain sailing. It's not just plain flying, is it? Lanzini will play well next to Rice. I've no doubt about that. Fornals is going to be charged with getting back and helping out because he can be quite attritional for now. He's not afraid to stick his foot in, and that he's going to have to really help out in that middle. I think a big game for Rice today, Gio. He was able to maraud forward a little bit more against Norwich. I feel I would like a slightly more, and he was good against Norwich. He needs to be disciplined. He needs to go back to his centre half roots today, if you like, and sit there and really protect and sort of have faith in Lanzini and Bowen and the rest being able to create something for Antonio.
Yeah, I think it's an expected 11, I guess. I'll do the bench in a minute, but just to confirm for those that don't know, Thomas Souček's recovered. He's not ill with COVID of that. He tested positive on the Tuesday prior to the Norwich game. So today's his last day of isolation, unfortunately, so he's not eligible for today's game, Souček. So he's completely out of the squad. That forces the hand a little bit. I am a little bit wary, Gonzo, for the reasons we covered in the preview. I think Leeds' midfield, I haven't seen the Leeds team yet, but I'll get in a second. But I imagine they'll have Forshaw in there, possibly Dallas as well. It's going to be tougher. It's going to be stronger. It's almost going to have a bit more aggression in that Leeds midfield. And the question is, can Lanzini sustain that aggression? I'm not convinced. I think he'll be the best ball player in the middle of the park today, but I think Leeds will try and make it a bit of a battle. And I felt like Norwich troubled us enough in the middle of the park second half. Just a few warning signs, but a really strong team, a really, really strong team. We played fantastically well against Norwich City. And the funny thing is, against Norwich, I think if we didn't score so close to half-time, I think we would have probably scored more goals in the second half, if that makes sense. Because we scored, then we came out a little bit nervous, a little bit, we need to protect the 1-0, a bit standoffish. Had we gone in 0-0 and come out, I think we'd have ripped into them from the second half. And it's harder for the manager to change tactics when the teams are right on the pitch during the game. It's easier for him in the changing room for 15 minutes. Say, right, we're going to sit back a little bit in the second half. This is what we're going to do to contain them. At 0-0, you don't really get that option. You've almost just got to keep attacking. Today's going to be a bloody good game, I'll tell you that. I think
yes,
Leeds have the ability to punish us. But there's one or two weaknesses in our starting 11. It's not perfect. Yes, a bit of that. But likewise, going forward, there's goals in that West Ham team. That West Ham team screams goals. I'm looking forward to it. Now, the West Ham bench, no Kurt Zouma. Unfortunately, Kurt Zouma is not on the bench for West Ham today. We'll wait and see if it's just David Moyes saving him for Man United. Or, we'll wait and see. It can't be the COVID thing because we saw him back in training. So, yeah. Kurt Zouma, it's not COVID related. David Moyes is obviously just keeping him fit and fresh for Man U. Anyway, the West Ham bench today, it's on your screen at the minute. We've got Areola, Fredericks and Masuaku, as well as Ben Johnston and Elise. We've got Kral, we've got Perkins, Okuflex, and Yarmolenko.
I'm surprised to see Perkins on there. Maybe just didn't have any other choice. But it's like, as you alluded to in one of the other videos recently, that it's nice that he's not picking two goalkeepers. It's nice to see those guys on there. I mean, we all know out of that little list who will be brought on as substitutes, regardless whether we're winning, drawing, or losing. It would be Masuaku that would come on, and certainly Yarmolenko, and possibly even Fredericks. Well, nice to see Fredericks has recovered. Apparently, he had a little knock as well. Yeah, because I do think he might be useful in this game at some point. Actually, we would have to wait and see. Mate, it's not as good as we could have hoped for, because it would have been nice to have Souček back and Zuma back, but all things considered, bearing in mind the run we've come through, bearing in mind what's happened to a lot of other clubs and how they've postponed their games, as you were talking about in your video yesterday, I think we've done really, really well. And David Moyes was at pains to point out he felt West Ham had done things the right way. And he said he felt that we hadn't suffered as much COVID as other people because we'd done things the right way. He was saying the way we deal with things at the training ground, the way we isolate people and the way we test, we've done it right. And I got to say, I make him absolutely right at that. So bearing in mind the injuries, bearing in mind the COVID, that ain't a bad team that we got out there.
Yeah, Leeds as well. Leeds are another team that have just got on with it. When they played Arsenal at the Emirates, I think they had 8 senior players, but they still turned out, got the game. They got beat, but they still thought, no, we'll fulfill the fixture. It's what we're supposed to do. Anyway, the Leeds start in 11 today. Good news for West Ham. Massilia is in goal as always with their back four. Luke Ayling right back and Firpo left back as they were last Sunday, but a completely different defensive partnership. Last Sunday they had Helt and Llorente. Llorente is suspended, so they've got Koch has dropped back into centre back alongside Struijk, who's back from injury. Midfield pairing of Forshaw and Dallas with Dan James in the false 9 up front with an attacking trio of Harrison, Click and Rafinha. So Rafinha's in. It's an expected 11. The good news is there's no Bamford or Rodrigo. I've had a quick glance at the bench for Leeds and there's no Patrick Bamford. Rodrigo is on the bench, but no Patrick Bamford at all. Looks like he's probably saving him for more important games. We've got Newcastle and Watford just round the corner, so I think Bielsa's probably just looking after Bamford, to be honest with you. And looking at this game is, when I spoke to the Leeds fan, he was saying that they now see West Ham as bonus points. We are now a bit like Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. You go to West Ham, you expect nothing. Anything you get, you take it. But it's a bit of a write-off. They just want this game over and done with. No injuries, just take the defeat, move on to the next week and beat the ones around them. And I think that's a big compliment, actually. But yeah, there you go. The Leeds team on the screen for you.
Yeah, well, obviously Dallas and Rafinha in for this one, which is going to improve their team. It's I really hope. I think they will, having looked at everything. But obviously Norwich winning, I just really hope that Leeds stay up. I really do. I'm sort of part of this game. I'm sort of rooting for them, really, because of what you said as well. Because they've done things right. You can't just be annoyed with the people to do things wrong and then not with the people to do things right. I am sort of rooting for Leeds. I'm rooting for Burnley as well, actually, because of the Chris Wood thing as well. So, and obviously the way they play football as well. That being said, I'll praise them lots. Hopefully, after we've won this game, another defensive pairing is not good for any team. To keep swapping your centre halves around. I mean, we're lucky in as much as we have lost our first choice defensive pairing in Zuma and Ogbonna, but we have an established second pairing, and they are a pairing. It's not just we're plucking them out from anywhere. They've already been practicing this season, Diop and Dawson. So it's an established partnership, isn't it? Really. So I would imagine that what Leeds would probably like to do is attack as much as possible and just keep the ball away from their centre halves as much as they possibly can, and just almost don't involve them. So sorry, Celtic Hammers just said, I'm wearing a cricket jumper, so I'm expecting a high-scoring game, which I quite like. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so 349 all out. You never know.
I think it's a strong Leeds team. It's at the end of the day, there's no youngsters in this starting 11. These are all established first-team squad players for Leeds United. Last week we saw Greenwood up front. We saw Helt making his debut, Bate making his first start in the middle of the pitch. We had 3 teenagers in that starting team. There's none of that this week now. The players are back in their correct positions as well. Ayling's in his best position. Cox back in his correct position. Last week he was playing at centre mid. He's not doing that. He's back into centre back today. So Leeds have got the right players in the right places. Bar Dan James, who is obviously going to have to play false 9 because they've got no striker. But that's a team with pace on the attack. They're going to be very direct with Rafinha, Harrison, and Dan James. They're going to score today. I think Leeds will score today. That's going to be one of the best attacks we've come up against in recent weeks. We've played like some Watford, even Crystal Palace and Southampton, and that. Their attack's not quite as good as this Leeds one on paper. And when we played them at Elland Road, it was a bloody good game as well. It was really open. I can't remember which way around we got it. I'm pretty sure we were the better team in the first half, but they had the better chances. I thought we had more of the ball. We were knocking it back nice, but Leeds Fabianski was the busier keeper of the two, and went on to win that game late on with Antonio as well.
Was he nervous? Was their goalkeeper nervous in that game? He might have been,
possibly.
Yeah,
he got
it was a nervous wreck. I think it was a nervous wreck in that game, but he was better in the cup game.
Yeah, so strong Leeds team. Anyway, I'll rattle through the Leeds bench for the viewers as well. We've got Archie Gray, we've got Jack Jenkins, Lewis Bate, we've got Helt, the centre back that played last week. He's on the bench. We've got McKinstry, we've got Kenny, Christian Moore, Rodrigo, and then we've got Christoph Claesson as well. A young bench for Leeds today.
I don't know more. I don't know. In fact, I don't know a few of them actually. McKinstry of sound. We like him. Sorry.
Just quickly, I'm just clicking on these. Archie Gray is apparently a 15-year-old. Someone might have to check that, but Archie Gray is apparently 15 years old. Jack Jenkins, 19 years old. Lewis Bate, 19 years old. Helt, 18 years old.
I'll tell you now, fair play to him.
19 years old. Kenny, 19 years old. Christian Moore, 18 years old. Claesson, 21. Rodrigo Moreno is the only one over the age of 21 on that bench.
It's amazing. It's actually amazing. And these other clubs, when they look at what Leeds are doing there, should hang their heads in shame, quite frankly. You declare a 25-man squad for a reason, right? And it seems like some of these, the moment they got one or two COVID cases, a few injuries, they're just playing the system and saying, scrap it. I'll tell you what, I'm actually very, very impressed with what Leeds are doing there. Actually, fair play to them. Fair play to them. I couldn't think highly enough of them, actually, for doing that.
I've just had a Google. Archie Gray is 15 years old. He's 15, amazing. Obviously held in high regard, Leeds United. Gray's followed in his footsteps of his ancestors.
Eddie. It's Eddie Gray.
Eddie Gray, he's a great nephew of Eddie Gray, and his dad is ex-Leeds forward Andy Gray.
Have you seen Eddie Gray play football?
No.
Eddie Gray is one of the best players that has ever been. I mean, he is it's amazing. You ever get any time, go and watch some footage of Eddie Gray playing football. Amazing footballer. Anyway, that's enough Leeds love for today. Surely.
Says here, unlike Eddie, Frank, and Andy, snub Scotland. I hate this guy already. Who the hell's him? Get him out of here.
Declan will have a word today. He can always switch allegiances.
Get out of here, that 15-year-old. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Get him out of here anyway.
I don't know. I don't understand what he's saying. I don't understand that.
Well, Archie Gray is 15.
Right. What's Gylfi Sigurdsson got to do with it? What about him?
The Everton player.
Yeah, about him.
What? You're taking a piss.
I'm not.
He's got court case pending for nonsense.
I thought that was the fullback at Man City.
Yeah, him as well.
Did it together? They were doing it together?
Not together, no. Not together, no. It wasn't like a tag team thing, no. Sigurdsson himself.
Sigurdsson
is a nonce.
I didn't know. No, clearly I didn't know.
Mendy himself is a rapist with a couple of underagers in there as well. Bissouma has been arrested as well. And
who has?
Bissouma got arrested.
Bissouma?
Yeah, but he's obviously played. He's been released, but he did get arrested. But yeah, Sigurdsson. How do you not know this? Sigurdsson's been.
I'm just reading the chat
because
now.
the newspapers caused chaos because the newspapers reported it was an Everton player who's 31 years old or something. And there was only two players, Sigurdsson and Delph. So Delph came out straight away going, "Oh, hang on a minute, hang on,
it ain't me, it ain't me." It must be someone else. Yeah, okay.
So there's only two players it could be, and one of them said it's definitely not me. Another one hasn't featured for Everton this season. So
it's a bit like someone saying someone on Hammer's chat has never ever eaten a banana, and he's saying it ain't me.
Yeah, it definitely isn't me.
Anyway.
Well,
listen, look, Joe. This is just what happens. You're really surprised. I don't read newspapers. Right, I don't listen to social media, watch social media, and I don't watch the telly. So there you go.
Right. I'm heading over onto the Bet365 anyway. I'm heading to Bet365. For those of you that are new around here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Where you been all this time, especially Ben. Ben, we do previews.
Pretty much
We do
preview, Ben.
previews. So subscribe to the channel, drop a like on it. Last video, last time we did a watch along, Charlie got 750 likes, more than that, which is the most he's ever had, and it made him really happy. So to encourage the old likes, the old thumbs up on this video, I'm going to do a giveaway, Gonzo. What do you fancy giving away?
Before I do, I just do want to say hello to Danny and give a shout out to Danny. He's a new hammer. What's a new hammer?
I was looking for the next level mug. I don't have one. We'll give away a next level mug. If this video hits 1,000 likes, we're going to give away a next level mug to somebody. I've still got to post the Christmas Day winners. I've still got them to post, but be focusing on the ones buying from the shop. But yeah, 1,000 likes, we'll do a giveaway as well. So West Ham Leeds, we're going to do a bet now. Myself and Gonzo are going to put a little bet together. If it wins, we're going to give one of you some cash. What you fancying, Gonzo? What's going in?
A goal from Lanzini.
Lanzini goal. Right, West Ham to win. Let's get that in straight away. Lanzini to score a goal. Where are we? Where's Manu? Oh, we've got to scroll a bit for him. That's good. That's a good sign. Okay, that's all right. Right, centre. We're going to do a lead centre back to get booked. Would you like to do Cock or Struick? Which one? Because Antonio usually bullies them.
I never do Cock. The other one.
Sigurdsson does, as long as it's a certain.
Well, okay, it's not for me to say. It's not news to me. I don't want to say. I don't want to get myself into trouble.
Right, Struick. Where are we? He must be halfway down here. Where's Struick to get booked? There he is. Okay, that's good odds. I'm happy with that. You all right with that? Do you want to put anything else in? It's good odds. 22-1.
Why don't we just do that? Keep it like that, and try and win someone some money.
Right. 115 quid. Right, if this bet wins, one of you will get £115. West Ham to win the game. Lanzini to score a goal. And Struick, their centre-back with the ponytail, to get booked. That three things. That's all we need. £115 cash. To enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase.
I'm going to keep it clean today, actually. So I'm going to go with strict. You've got to get the spelling right, because there will always be a play on words from one of the players. Strict COVID protocols.
Strict COVID protocol. Get that into the live chat, and the first one that spells it right, I click on it, so you can all just copy him. Just do copy and paste if you want. We'll get that in there as well. Anyway, Gonzo, you've seen the teams. What you fancying? What you feeling? How you confident? Gone up? Gone down?
I think I am. I think I am quite confident. If we are motivated for this, and we're sort of tactically exactly well done. Yes, that's it, Toby. And we are tactically switched on, and we apply what has been worked on in training. If we have trained much, bearing in mind we've had 3 games in a week, sort of thing, or 8 days, whatever the case may be. I think we win. I do think we win. I think the sum of our parts is probably a little bit greater than theirs, and it's got to be some benefit to having an established team and having established partnerships, not just in defence, but in attack. Be that how Bowen and Antonio link up, and they have been dovetailing and swapping positions a little bit, having Soufal there and having Cresswell back, and there's got to be some benefit to doing that. Whereas Leeds, for all the reasons, and they get all of our, I mean, everyone is just impressed with what they've been doing by just getting players out on the pitch and on the bench, regardless of age or experience. There's got to be some detrimental impact to just swapping your team around constantly. And I think with that in mind, it has to make you a little bit more confident for West Ham.
My confidence hasn't really changed, to be honest with you. I think when you're talking about established partnerships, I think Leeds have got plenty of them on the pitch today. It's just the centre-back ones, and they're not strangers to each other. It'd be a bit like, I don't know, Bonner coming back in a month's time, then playing alongside Dawson. They know who each other are and stuff. They played together plenty. Ayling and Rafinha down the right's probably their most common partnership down there. Firpo and Harrison certainly has played plenty of times down the left as well. Yeah. Dallas and Forshaw in the middle has played a lot recently together. So it's just the centre-back one, which is forever changing a little bit, I guess. I expected this Leeds team. I expected this West Ham team. So it's sort of hard for my confidence to alter, I guess, if both lineups are what you thought they were going to be ahead of the game. It's going to be tough. I think the only difference is compared to this one, compared to, say, Norwich, or that is, I feel like there's a little bit of pressure building on West Ham. I think the media are starting to talk about us in a good way, I guess. And I quite like it when we're out the news because we just quietly go about the business. But we're getting plaudits now. There's this massive debate about whether Declan Rice is worth what he is. There's a massive debate about whether Jared Bowen should be the England squad or not. I prefer just going about our business quietly and actually, in a weird way, I almost prefer when Bowen gets no recognition. It helps Bowen, of course, gives him a confidence boost, but also puts pressure on him a little bit, which basically says you've got, I don't know, 6 games until Southgate names his next squad. You've got 6 additions getting to the England team. It puts pressure on him that he's not had yet. You know, he might be fine with it. He might not be. We'll wait and see. But it's a good team from us. I just worry. I just prefer to have had Souček available for today's game. I think if we lose this game, I think it'll come down to Lanzini just being a bit lightweight. You know, it's not Lanzini's fault. It's just we're forced into playing this. He could use Crowell, but we know the manager don't like Alex Crowell for whatever reason. So be it. So, yeah. So we'll take a look at what the live chat's saying, Gonzo.
Absolutely, it's mostly saying strict COVID protocols at the moment, but
because we've not said to put the comments in now, which we're going to do now. If you're watching live, get your comments into live chat. It can be about the West Ham team, the Leeds team, how you see the game going, what you're happy with, what you're worried about. Now is basically where you can make your declaration that if it works, you can come back and say, "I told you." That's basically what you're doing. So anything you think, get into live chat. And if it's right, come back and tell us. Oi, I called that, didn't I? Me and Gonzo do it, so.
We do. We absolutely do. Oh, okay. If you could only think.
Paul's asking you a question. He obviously doesn't rate my opinion. So he says, Gonzo, just you. You could only pick one. You have West Ham to qualify and win the Champions League, or England to win the World Cup. Well, I can see why he's only asking you now.
I think I would. I'm sorry to say, I think I would choose West Ham to win the Champions League. I would. I feel a bit. I feel a bit. I am proud. I am proud to be an Englishman, but I'm sort of a bit more passionate about West Ham, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, I would.
Iron Shaft says chicken, Domino's, or Five Guys food order for the match.
I don't know what Five Guys is.
Pizzas. What? Five Guys is burgers. It's pricey though, but it's really nice. It's like Mackie D's or Burger King done nicely.
It would have to be chicken because I'm not eating bread at the moment.
Well, he's not really saying, do you want me? Iron Shaft's not offering to buy you something. He's saying, what should he eat? So clearly he's okay to eat.
Oh, right, I don't care, mate. Stuff your face. Five Guys then. If you're talking about a gourmet burger, I would go with a gourmet burger, actually.
I'll be the big dog. It's not that good. It's still fast food, but it's as good as you're going to get for fast food. Pizza for me. Pizza's a football food. You can just watch the game and eat. Whereas burger, you've got to constantly look down, chew, drink, whatever. A pizza, get it.
That's a good point. You can look at the football whilst eating a pizza. I like that.
Yeah, it's all the same. You just pick it up, fold the slice in half, and chew it and watch the game. Sorted. Whereas a burger, you've got to use your hands a bit more and fidget and whatever. So.
I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to fold the pizza slice in half, really.
Right. Chill says, "Why don't we play Fornals in centre midfield and play Lanzini further forward?"
I think maybe just
Really,
experience. Maybe yeah. I think just experience. I think in terms of him keeping possession and playing the ball out, he's able to dictate a bit more than Fornals can, Lanzini. So yeah, I think they'll swap positions a bit.
That's funny.
I like that.
Funny joke. Harry says that if Antonio's in beast mode, we win on the counter today. If not, it could be tough. James is agreeing with you. Champions League every day. Ian says Perkins looked decent midweek. Moyes and Pierce in attendance.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
I'll tell you what, I read an article today about the under-23s and about David Moyes. And I might do it in a video during the week with Gonzo because we've also got no midweek game this week. So we've got an opportunity to do generic videos. So I might do one about the under-23s because it was very, very good actually. And they were basically, to sum it up, they were basically saying Moyes, when Moyes first went to speak, I can't remember who it is, as technical director of the under-23s. It's not the managers of that, it's the one that oversees everything. He says when Moyes arrived and he went to speak to him about under 23s, he said he was very, very knowledgeable, knew who all the players were and stuff like that. And he said it's not always like that when the manager comes in. It's a case of who's that? He said, but Moyes knew the squad, Moyes knew everything, and the under 23s genuinely believe there's a path into the first team at West Ham United at the minute. And that makes a big difference for the under 23s where they feel like they're playing for something, whereas before sometimes you're playing under 23s football. And that's your level. You're only just going to play there until you move to a lower league team. But at the minute, they feel like they can get a chance, or even if it's just getting on the bench and stuff, that there is an opportunity for them. It was a good read. I'll dig it up and I'll do a video with Gonzo about it.
Yeah, nice.
Danny said, this is going to be tight today. Could be 1-0 or 1-1. It's always odd when you play the same team in a week. It could be a flat game.
Is that Danny that's on the bench for Leeds?
Maybe. Tara says West Ham to win the Champions League all day long over England winning the World Cup. I agree. I would definitely.
Well, of course you would. You're Scotsman.
Well, I'm just agreeing with him.
But what about Scotland winning the World Cup?
I would pick Scotland. I've always said, this is not news to you. I've always said this. I see the World Cup as the pinnacle of football, and it should be like that.
Probably got more subscribers. Listen, it's more of a shock. Probably got more subscribers now since the last time you said it. So.
You're just trying to get me in trouble from the live chat, and I will get in trouble because there's not many Scottish people. Oh, okay, Paul did ask, yeah. It would always be Scott, but I would pick West Ham winning trophies over Scotland winning the Euro Championships, if you know what I mean. It goes World Cup, anything club level, Euro Championships. It's not as good as the World Cup, is it? The World Cup's the top thing in football. And Dean says, do you think Antonio needs a rest? He seems shattered. I thought he looked all right the last couple of games. I don't think he's so tired.
Fit and feisty, and no, not at all. No, I don't know. No, we can't. I bet he hasn't trained. I bet he hasn't trained all week.
Chris has got a question for you. He says, there's a joke there about somewhere about 5 guys in cock.
There certainly is.
Creswell sent it back Johnson. No, Johnson's not playing, mate. He's on the bench. Unless that's saying, would you do that? No, because that means 3 at the back. I don't really. Gads.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I do like a joke.
Yeah, I know it's very good. It's very good. I do wonder what feeling he had though.
Okay. All right, let's skip a few because everyone's talking about 5 guys now, and there's just too many jokes about.
I've never heard of it. We got one called Fat Burgers, and I've said it a few times. It's really nice.
Anyway, Iron's definitely going for the pizza. Good man. Get the barbecue one. They're good. Gonzo loves the barbecue.
No,
one.
Don't have barbecue sauce on a pizza. Tomato sauce otherwise not a pizza.
What's everyone saying? John says we'd love to see Vlasic have a day. I think it's a big game for Vlasic. He's the one I was slightly disappointed with against Norwich. And as soon as I said in the review, people said he did. I didn't say he played badly. I just said I expected him to play really well. Just because you don't play really well doesn't mean you had bad. He needs to step up a bit. He's got shoes to fill. You know, Ben Rama's gone away. He's got the starting position, and essentially. While it's inevitable, Souček's going to walk straight back into that team. Lanzini, Vlasic, and Fornals are essentially fighting for 2 places in the team for the Man United game because Souček comes back in, someone's dropping out, and it would be easy for Moyes to say, well, I'll take Lanzini out because that way my front 4 is disrupted. Well, he's not going to do that. Lanzini's the one in form, so it's between Fornals and Vlasic really as to who starts at Old Trafford. And when you're sort of a foreign player coming to the Premier League, looking forward to games at Old Trafford and Anfield. Them 2 in particular must be pretty high up your list of attractions and lures. Depending, it's a proud moment when you're. I guess it's a bit weird, but I sort of did. You know who it did? I did an interview with someone that's going up on Tuesday, and he said that he played in a game for West Ham, and he got taken on and taken off, and it was live on Sky. And he said it's one of the most embarrassing things ever in his career. And he hated it. And he hated the manager for doing it to him as well. So you've got to look on the flip side, which is playing at stadiums like that. So. Thank you to Callum. He's put in
thank you, Callum.
Money. So surely tour down under. I'm not sure about that, but he did also say like and subscribe. So yes, please, everybody could do what Callum's suggesting, which is drop a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
I might subscribe.
Might what? Sorry,
subscribe.
That'd be nice. That'd be good. David says it'd be nice if we could get out early in the game. Hopefully, get a lead. I feel that would throw their plan out a little bit.
Yeah.
Tim said, I'm thinking Bones finishing is an issue. Everything else is elite. Am I being too harsh?
I'm not sure how much better he is going to get. I think he's really good. I think, what did he have the other day? 4 chances, something like that. People miss chances. People miss chances. Think back, and very few players, and maybe Robbie Fowler. I think back to Robbie Fowler, and he missed very few chances when he got near goal, and he would very rarely miss a sitter or something that was obvious. Aside from that, players miss chances. I think it's harsh. It's not harsh. None of it's harsh. It's a football opinion, but I think he finishes well. I think he'll finish the season on over 10 goals, which ain't bad for a wide player.
I don't mind it. I really don't mind this. I think his finishing could be better, but I'll say 100 times. I'll say 100 more. I'm more concerned about players' positioning, and when you're missing 4 chances, it means you're getting 4 chances, so you're doing something right. I see not so much Salah. Salah is clinical. That's the difference between Salah and Mane. They both probably get the same amount of chances, just that Mane probably finishes 1 in 5, misses a lot, whereas Salah is extremely clinical. That's what makes him one of the best in European football. But in terms of positioning, the runs and stuff, there's not too much difference between the two of them. And I think Jared Bowen obviously falls on the Mane side of things, which is does everything right, but his finishing could be a little bit better. But tell you what, the day that Jared Bowen is as clinical as other players in the Premier League is the day he leaves West Ham because he becomes too good for us. That chances he missed against Norwich is what might just make a few clubs and managers hesitate when looking at him and balk at the asking price that West Ham would have. We queried why certain clubs don't come from Declan Rice, and we came to the conclusion it's probably because of his lack of passing at West Ham. He was very unbelievable defensively, but going forward, he could do a little bit better. Now they're seeing proof that actually he can do that as well. I think with Jared Bowen, if they think, his finishing's a little bit hit and miss sometimes, it puts him off brilliant. It suits us a little bit. Nick says, afternoon, fellas. Got a nasty feeling about today. Sorry to be negative, but it's always the same. A chance to cement top 4 for a bit, and we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, that's West Hamitis that Nick's suffering from now, unfortunately. Which is the West Ham way would actually be to beat Man United, but lose to Leeds and find ourselves in a sort of status quo situation. No better off. This is why these are tests. If we can get through these next 2 games, then we face not a bad run of fixtures ahead of us. Interesting.
Natural Mystic says, Suchek's absence could be a blessing in disguise. Probably need a rest and hopefully comes back firing on all cylinders against Man United. Paul says, finishing comes with confidence. Bones' confidence is on the up and up. And Mark says, Bones a winger, not a striker. Give him a break. He's improved since last season. What more do you want? And John says, Bones' finishing has improved, but it's not quite elite as yet.
I mean, it might not become elite. That's the thing. I mean, Jared Bowen is a perfectly exceptional footballer as he is. Bowen playing like this as he is for the next 5 years at West Ham would make him a very, very highly regarded West Ham player. Would be a bit of a cult hero for West Ham for years. He's a very, very good winger.
Guy says, I think we'll get Courtney Haas and then get us centre-half to replace Obon at the end of the season, but sell Diop. So we have Zuma, centre-half, Haas or Bona, third or fourth. A bit of a blow for West Ham, if that links are true and genuine. A bit of a potential blow last night. Konsa went off injured, which, Haas currently is the third choice centre-back. I don't see them selling him on that. If they do, it means Villa's got a centre-back lined up, and the question is, who have they got lined up? Because they think he's better than what they've currently got. And we should be going for that guy, not the one from Villa. So I don't know. When you're back, I don't see that one. Not until Villa get another centre back. They've lost Twanzebe as well, who was on loan from Man U. He's going to Napoli now, so they've already lost a centre back this window. I don't see a Villa having players. There's just not a cover anymore. Lou, win today, 40 points. There you go. Safe. It's magic 40, Gonzo.
I think it is. I was really, when I was speaking about it yesterday, when I was looking at the points, looking at what it would be somewhere, but to get Champions League football, by the way, so somewhere between 65 and 70 points. I think 70 you're going to need this season. And I was thinking about it, and I thought, just have a listen to yourself, man. Listen to what you're talking about. You're talking about West Ham, basically, this season, whether we're going to get 65 to 70 points. These are unprecedented numbers for West Ham, particularly when you look at the goal difference as well. So, yeah, so the 40 points is significant, but it's because it's previously relegation. It would have been previously a really important milestone to reach. To do so, if we do it today after 22 games, we would really show how far we come.
Right, in the live chat, please get your score predictions. It's time to get your score prediction in the live chat. We'll see what you guys are fancying. Before we do, just quickly, just let me click on this thing. It's my old team, Gonzo. I've not updated it, but here it is. That is my old team. That means that's the team I've got for this weekend, which is not looking too good considering Reece James is out for the season. I should really go and update it. But
they look demonic. I mean, look at their eyes. They're just they do look demonic.
Salah's obviously African nations. I really need to go and update my team. That's my recent team. If you guys wouldn't mind helping the channel out, for the UK-based lot of you watching, it's completely free and it'll take you about a minute. There's a link to an app in the description. It's the Ultimate Fantasy app. Download it, it's free. Sign up, it's free as well. You get packs with players. You use the players you get given. You can't buy any players, none of that. You've got to keep opening your packs every week to see who you get. Build a six-a-side team like I've done on the screen there. And then every week, Fantasy League happens as normal. You get the points in the normal way, so on and so forth. Then they have an overall leaders position for that weekend only. And there's a big prize pool. As you can see about there for that week, which was 3 weeks ago or something, there was a $5,000 prize pool, which gets divvied up over various positions as well. And we've had quite a few people in the live chat, Gonzo, in the past that are West Ham fans. I've joined up through Ham's chat, and they've won a little bit of money as well on it. It's completely free, massively helps the channel out. So please get it downloaded.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to lie. It's a bit of a pain in the ass when you download it. It is going to take a minute at your time, and it can be a bit fiddly. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you, but it does help us out massively. I mean, it really, really does. Basically, we have to get to a certain number, and they pay us. So there you go. But you do genuinely win cash prizes, and it resets each game week as well. So if you didn't get in at the start of the Premier League, it don't matter. It'll reset for the next game week. Thank you.
Right, ready for some score predictions? Then we'll do ours and disappear.
Absolutely. Bring it on.
Just Pointy says 2-1 Leeds. Major says 1-1. Mark says 2-1. There's not a lot of confidence oozing through like there was on Wednesday night against Norwich. 3-1, 3-0, 2-0, 3-0. Okay, the confidence is here now. Anyway, your biggest fan says 2-0.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna disagree with him, but no, not. Obviously, I'm pleased he's the biggest fan, but I will disagree with his scoreline.
I'm going to disagree with these.
Or she. Let's put it that way. Never
Oh.
know.
Energizing Trial says 2-1 West Ham. Well, Michael goes 3-1 as well as does Tom Morris. He says 2-0. Chandler says time for Declan Rice's score. He's been close. His 23rd birthday the other day. That was funny. We did that video and he said, how old is he? 23. I corrected you. I was like, no, he's 22. But 2 days later, he turned 23. I mean, you couldn't get.
I listed the video and then relisted it just so you were wrong.
Yeah, per se, the margins of me being right, you being wrong couldn't have been slimmer, really. So, yeah, he turned 23 the other day, did Declan. So it'd be nice for him to get the goal. And on Wednesday, it was exactly 3 years since he scored his first goal for West Ham against Arsenal. Remember that one when he got knocked back to him? Then he hit it.
It's a good goal. Boom. Yeah, to the top right. Yeah, the goal, yeah.
Hammer Down Under says 4-0. I tell you don't get to pick two, so we'll take your first answer. 3-1.
I do love the avatar, though. That's the best avatar.
Flyers are saying 3-2 Leeds, I think. Kimbo's 2-0, 3-1, 3-1. Jason says, sadly, 3-1 to West Ham. Must be a Leeds fan. You're welcome. Drop a like on it before you disappear, though, Jason. 3-0, 2-0. Lots of confidence coming through now, Gonzo. While I'm clicking on these, can I get your final words and your score prediction, please?
Yeah, look, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it'll be a really good game. I really do. I hope it keeps us. Look, I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope we're 3-0 up within the first 10 minutes. But failing now, I hope it's a good game. I hope it's an entertaining game. I hope. I hope the young lad doesn't get on in many respects. You know, the 15-year-old. Hopefully he gets to play in better circumstances than him being forced upon him. But I am confident in this. I think we need to start with a really high intensity today, because I think they will. I think they'll they'll really be playing the pressing game, the pass and move. And because they're going to press so hard and fast, they're not going to want it near their centre-backs. They're going to really press ours. Our distribution, our first-time passes have got to be good. And I'm looking at... not so much Diop, because I'm not sure Diop will hit the long pass. I think Diop will more carry the ball out. But Dawson's passing's got to be good today because they'll put him under pressure. That's really important. In terms of the score, I'll stick with what I said in the... What did I say in the preview?
You said 2-1 West Ham.
Did I? I meant 3-1.
You said no, you said 2-1. I remember you saying 2-1 because...
What did you say?
I said 3-2.
Oh!
I'm very confident you said 2-1. I usually remember.
I believe you. I don't remember it. You did. I'm going with you. I'm going to go with 3-1. I've changed my mind.
Yeah, Jason is a Leeds fan, by the way. I think he predicted 3-1 West Ham too. Jake says Bielsa just said they're going to try and get in behind more and stop us from passing out from the back. Oh,
there you go.
That's the last thing we need.
That's what I said.
Right, Craig Dawson, yellow card, and to contribute one massive error to Dan James. That's the right tactics to play against West Ham. They'll put our centre backs under pressure because we're not that great at it with the ball. Our keeper's distribution, he doesn't get caught with it, but what he does do is gives you the ball back. So he'll either punt it down the middle for you or he'll kick out a touch so you get the ball back. And then playing in behind. It's the right thing to do against our defence again. Our fullbacks do push high, it gives you space to exploit if you want. We saw Ida, who scored for Norwich yesterday, by the way, the guy that had that shot against West Ham. We saw Ida drag Diop out of position a couple of times to the touchline, and Diop didn't really like it very much, going one-on-one with a striker who's got room to run into. So it'll be a bloody good game. I'm gonna stick with 3-2. I'm gonna stick with 3-2. West Ham as well. Before myself and Gonzo disappear, don't go anywhere because this video is not going anywhere. This video is staying for the duration of the game with a watch on from Mr. Charlie Walsh. If he gets 1,000 likes, I better tell him actually, Charlie, you get 1,000 likes, you're going to give away a next level mug.
Oh,
you've got to get 1,000.
Unlikely to happen, but after last week, let's go for it. Why not?
Well,
Big swings.
I'm a bit like risk averse. I don't want to give away a mug. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather not give it away. So it's got to be worthwhile.
Whereas I, no skin in the game. Everyone, come on, let's go. Let's get to 1,000. Let's take the money out of the Scotsman's pocket. Come on, let's go.
Well, it's coming out of the Hammers chat one, but never mind. So yeah, 1,000 likes, and you can give away a mug. But anyway, myself and Gonzo are going to disappear, Charlie. So I'm going to say it's over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Geo. Thank you, Gonzo. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And thank you, of course, to Stuart Morris Accountants, your accounting professionals. It's time you should probably be doing your taxes and therefore get someone else to do it. I'll be real. Don't bother doing it yourself. It's a lot of effort. I'm still avoiding mine. I said that last time. Nothing's changed. And that says I haven't used Stuart Morris Accountants, which is what we should all be doing. Personal, business, whatever you need, check them out because they got you covered. Stuart Morris Accountants. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to everyone for joining. Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're good. It's very early. And for once, I actually woke up early enough to have food. I've eaten Greg's. I can't lie to you people. I have eaten Greg's. You can't see the thing, but it's scrunched up there. Greg's. I'm here. I'm present, which is not usually the case for an early kickoff. But there we go. Woody Allen says, Charlie, my missus hasn't liked the video. Subscribe to the channel even after all these years. Can you, Kate? Right, Kate. Now, I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying we could get the money out of the Scotsman's pocket if we do that. Do you know what I mean? Let's big plays, Kate. Come on, Kate. Come on, Kate. Let's start well. Let's start big, people. Let's start big. Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the least confident, 10 being the most confident possible. How confident are you of a West Ham result today? While we do that, I'll say thank you very much to Mr. Chickster and Callum twice. Big plays for getting involved in the donations. We appreciate that. Full-time fund and all of that good stuff. Thank you very much. We appreciate that very, very much. And let's talk about the lineup, shall we? Let's talk about the lineups because if you have just joined, you might not know them. Let's press a button and see if it works because as per usual, I didn't test it. Oh, mate, I'm just too good. West Ham lineup as such. Fabianski in goal, Kufau, Dawson, Diop and Cresswell. Rice and Lanzini in this double pivot with Fornals, Vlasic and Bowen just behind Mikel Antonio. An unchanged 11 for West Ham United. The bench looking stronger than it was Areola, Fredericks, Masuaku, Johnson, Elise, Krau, Perkins, Okaflex, Yarmolenko. 3 youth players on there, 2 right backs, a left back. But it does look stronger than it did previously. We have got a lot more people in there. So that's pretty useful. That's pretty useful. Leeds lineup as such: Melier in goal, Ailing and Furpo flanking Cock and Strick. A double pivot of Forshaw and Dallas with Rafinha, Click, and Harrison just behind Dan James. Dan James, big plays from Daniel James. An interesting lineup from Leeds. You're looking at someone who's going to allow them to press a lot more. I just heard at the end of the build up there, Geo was talking about Bielsa saying they're going to try and get in behind, all that other sort of stuff. That's what Dan James allows you to do compared to who they were playing last time. It gives them a little bit of that pressing, that thing that made us struggle the big time the first time we faced them, which is giving me some 4-4. And of course, the other thing I did hear Geo call this out, and it's kind of mad, but their bench has a bunch of youth players on it. Klassen, I if the disabled team watches this, I apologize. I can't remember how to pronounce it, but is how I'm going to go with. That's what I'm going to say. Moore, Kennett, Jenkins, Bate, Gray, McKinstry, and Rodrigo on the bench. But Gray is 15 years old. They have a 15-year-old on the bench. So that tells you sort of where they're at physically, where they're at injury-wise, all of that stuff. 15. Flipping egg. Are you aware that Geo Gonzo are going to audio a kebab during the 3-hour day? I'm not aware of this. I might actually have a kebab then. We'll see what happens. It'll be the first time. We'll figure it out, Major. We'll figure it out, but we'll see. Come on, Kate. Yes. Let's get the money out the Scotsman's pocket. Come on. We're one closer. Thank you very much. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Right, let's have a look at some of these numbers, shall we? 8 for me. 8 for me is Michael's confidence level, 6 out of 10. Did you bring the baby butter today? You know I did, Martin. You know I did. They're in the fridge. They're ready. I'm keeping them cold, keeping them fresh for action if needed, which we hope not. 8. 10 p.m. Cape Cod in Western Australia. You know, jealous. I can't lie. Afternoon, Jeff. Hope you're good. Going for an 8. 8 says James. 8, 7, 9.8. Flipping heck. 7. Kieran. Hope you're well. CD. Hope you're good, bro. Hope you're good. 7, 7.5. Let's have a quick cheeky scroll up. Mulch. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're good. Hope you're well. 10, 5-ish. 7 says Pocky. 8, 7, 8.2752. Hang on. I'll get this. 8.2753256889942146889953267888. I think I missed the 3 in there somewhere. Very confident. It's Callum. 7, 6, 7. We get some high confidence score. GBF, good to see you. 7.3. When we're looking at this, I'm pretty confident as well. This is obviously a bit more difficult Leeds team than we faced last time, and that has given me some cause for concern. And I think stylistically, they're not a matchup I enjoy too much. I think if Leeds press like they want to press, like they did in the first game, that can cause us a lot of issues. But obviously, given their injury problems at the moment, they have a hell of a lot of people out. They've got all manner of problems in terms of selections and that. Like if you watch the build-up show, they have a midfielder at defense and all this other sort of stuff. That gives me some form of confidence. They might be able to press a bit more with that front line, but Dan James up front, look, he's not clinical, is he? I'm not to diss the guy because I think he's all right, but he's not clinical, and stuff like that should give me more confidence than it does. So I'll go with a 7.5 personally. However, I do think there's just a little bit of cause for concern. Just a little bit of cause for concern. Mike, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I hope you are. Pasty. No, I had a cheese and ham baguette, warm, of course, and a donut and a sausage roll. There we go. It was big place. Right, so now we've gone through that. I tell you what, let's get on to Moy's bingo, shall we? let's get on to Moyes Bingo. So Moyes Bingo, of course, is the game where we decide when David Moyes will make his first substitution. All I need is the minute. I don't need anything else. That's the only thing that counts. It is as currently, until I sort my own act out. If you're RH, I apologize. It's just for fun, but we are about to come out of a way of actually getting in there. If you want the bench, there it is, just in case you haven't seen it. Ariola, Fredericks, Masuaku, Johnson, Elise, Crowell, Perkins, Okaflex, Yarmolenko. What minute do you think David Moyes will make his first substitution? I'll go with 69 as per usual, because that's how I roll. And I'm going to say, for swag points, I'm going to say it's going to be Masuaku on for Vlasic, and it's going to upset me. That's what I'm going to say. Masuaku for Vlasic. I'm going to get sad. 69 minutes. What are we all saying? Chris Carson's going with a 4-1. It's a big play. It's a big play, Carson. And Vlasic would be very much appreciated in that. We will be getting, of course, onto score prediction soon. But that is a big call. And I would love it. I would be very happy to see Vlasic score. I want it badly. Raspberry lemonade from Greg's is lovely. See, I've never tried it. Their apple juice is pretty good, but I just, I needed the energy. I needed the sugar. But I'll try a raspberry lemonade at some point. He might bring his grandchildren next. Listen, we've all heard the story of him and your boy. What's the guy? Who am I thinking of? Pochettino. Him and Pochettino. We all know that story, right? So. Wouldn't necessarily surprise me. Tried the link via the game for Discord last week and got through to an 18 plus. V Collins, I apologize. I would say, whenever you're doing stuff like that, in general, just download an ad blocker. But however, if you are looking for a link for the game, people, if you don't know where to find it, there is a place down below in the link in the description. It says join our Discord. It's a Hammers Chat community, West Ham community, but of course fans of any team are welcome. It's completely free, but more importantly, if you scroll down on the left hand side, there's a bit called Stream Links. It should have what you're looking for. Like I say, best to download some sort of ad blocker. Just in general, when going about places on the internet, you probably shouldn't. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things. But yes. Thank you, Lord. I'll take it. I'll take that. I'm well, thank you. How are you, Kevin? I hope you're good. Let's have a look at some of these. 65 minutes for the score for the Moyes bingo, sub bingo. 54 minutes, 72 minutes. Crowell on for Lanzini to protect a 2-goal lead. TGM. I would love that as well. I would be big into that. I want to see Crowell. 78 minutes, Vlasic from Masuaku. 70th minute, 77th minutes, Fredericks. For Bowen. Half time, Arthur for Pablo. Ooh, spicy one from P. Gads, spicy. 82. 73rd minute says GBF Masuaku on for Vlasic. We've gone for similar vibes. 21st second Celtic. Every time I always ask this question and I never think about it until it happens. I never think about the stress it's going to cause me until it happens. Yarmolenko 90 plus 5. I mean, just accurate, Evan. It's just accurate there. So 62, 7th minute, 55.5 says James. Oh, 76, 67, 78th, 82, 73rd, 70th minute. Johnson for Vlasic, 65. I got some spicy sour cream and chive Pringles, Snickers bar and Dr. Pepper for mid-game snacks today. All very big, GBF. All very big. I love a Snickers. Haven't had a Snickers in a while. Never had Dr. Pepper in my life. It scared me. In my head, for some reason, I equate it to Sunny D, and I don't know why. And we ain't talking Perkins. 63, 70, 80. Okaflex on for the 72nd minute for Vlasic. I wish it would happen, Kobe. Not for Vlasic, just sake, but for Okaflex's. I can't see it, but Kobe, I would be very hyped if it did. I'll say that much. 62nd minute, 74th, 73. So we're sort of all vibing in the 70s, the sort of the 70th minute kind of thing. And again, I think that's just an accurate statement. He started to make more subs a bit easier. It's a bit earlier now, Moyes, to be fair to him. He started to make subs a bit earlier, to be fair to him. Oh, my G. Hope you're good. Bro. Were you going to the game? Were you going to the picture of you? Was that going to the game or not in the group chat? I can't remember. I saw the picture as I was scrolling, but I didn't see. If you're there, enjoy it. If not, Hello. Well, hello, regardless, I guess. My trustworthy friend Judas is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Have a Dr. Pepper. What's the worst that can happen? It's a great and iconic song that I read it out and it just instantly started kicking off in my brain. You know? What's the worst that can happen? I mean, you know, death, I guess. Daniel's just put the word penguin in. I assume you're talking about the chocolate. I hope you're talking about the chocolate. Or you could be talking about, of course, Mr. DeVito's the iconic role in Batman. Either way, I'm for it. Either way, I'm for it. Not on the TV today, Charlie. I want to walk. Love that. Love that from you. Then while you're on that walk, let's get those score predictions, ladies and gentlemen. We're just under 5 minutes away from kickoff now. Let's get those score predictions in. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, like the video. If we hit 1,000, we're doing a giveaway. Now, I don't suspect 1,000 is incredibly high, right? Last time, we smashed all barriers. I checked about an hour or a bit after the video. We were at 800 and something, right? So 1,000, although it seems completely and utterly unrealistic, we hit 800 last time. We're already on, I just checked, we are already on 331. It just jumped up to from 324 to 331. Thank you very much. If we hit 1,000, we are doing a giveaway on this stream. So come on, take the money out of the Scotsman's pocket. Let's get this train going. But yeah, so make sure to like the video, subscribe if you don't already, because we are live every single match day without fail. I've only missed one in 2 years, and that's because work meant that I couldn't do it. Otherwise, I am here every single time. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Hit the bell icon, come back, can get involved, because without you, this doesn't do it. This is crap because I'm by myself. It's not even like I have someone here to talk to. So I need you. I need you. So subscribe if you haven't already, because, you know, we always have fun in these match day. If you're only here for the build up, though, that's more than welcome as well. Remember, we are live for all throughout the game, halftime as well. Geo or Gonzo usually come in to help me out so I can go pee, and also to give people, you know, knowledge that I don't have, because that's plentiful, let's say. Plentiful. And but then, of course, second half, I'm live all the way until just after full time, when Geo Gonzo will be back for their live review, a link of which I will spam in the chat, so you literally don't have to go anywhere or do anything. We make it as easy as possible for you on the Matchday Hammers chat experience. So make sure to come back, keep coming back, because we appreciate it. And like the video got that 1,000. Come on. I mean, look, listen, if we could get anywhere near what we did last time, that's a huge achievement. We're already at 349. 351. It's jumping up. It's jumping up, people. So we're getting dangerously close to a big thing again. Dangerously close. This is higher than we usually get throughout the entire game, let alone before it's even kicked off. And once more, with emotion, just in case you were looking for a way to watch the game, there are ways to do it. If you look in the description down below, there's a bit called Discord. Join ours. Lovely West Ham community, lovely Hammers chat community. Fans of any club, welcome. The biggest West Ham community there is. But if you scroll down the left-hand side, there's a bit called Stream Links. And once more, if you haven't seen the lineups, Fabianski, Kufal, Dawson, Diop, Cresswell, Lanzini and Rice in the double pivot, Fornals, Vlasic and Bowen just behind Mikhail Antonio. Leeds lineup as such: Melier, Luke Ayling, Cox, Struick, Firpo, Dallas Forshaw, Rafinha, Click, Harrison, and Dan James up front, giving us some hope. But there we go. Let's have a look at these score predictions while we're just getting closer and closer to kickoff now. 4-0 at least is 100%. Smee, that says 100 Smee. Mate, that's a lot. That is a hell of a lot. 2-1 hope. 2-1 hope. Talk to Danny boy. Not bad. He's good. He's just keeping an eye sort of over there for me. I really wish we would get a modern version of Bubbles being played. A bit of techno. Listen, get on to Russ about that. But I'll tell you what, a bit of techno house. Why not? Let's go wild. Leon's here. Good to see you. Hope the Fenlands are treating you well, my friend. Hope the Fenlands are treating you well. 3-3. If Leeds are smart, they'll take a point away from this game, and no is not something Bielsa should be ashamed of. You're not wrong, Weir. And from all the Leeds fans I've seen spoken about, including on this channel, I think they probably agree with you to some extent. I think that's a fair point. You've got Danny to talk to. I do, but he's not the most conversational guy in the world. He is my G, though. He does keep me company. You are right about that. Let's keep having a look. 3-3-1-4-3. Flipping elf. 2-1, 4-2, 3-0, 5-0, 3-1, 2-0 again. Bowen's on fire. And Mickey, love that GBF. Tim Tam over Penguin. I've never tried a Tim Tam, but if it's similar to Penguin, or if it's chocolate, I'll eat it. If it's chocolate, I'll eat it. Unless it's dark chocolate, then I won't eat it. I won't eat it. Then I won't eat it. 2-0, 2-1. So we're seeing a lot of confidence. We're seeing a lot of confidence. Michael, good to see you for a start, sir. How are you? I hope you're all good. Would you rather lose 18-0 to Spurs in an actual cup final or have a sex meet whilst eating the world's hottest chili? 18-0. I'm not gonna lie. If you'd said eat the world's hottest chili, I still would have chose 18-0 probably, because I can't deal with hot foods, as we have discussed. Bold. 3-1, 4-0. I was getting Percy Pigs. Big. Then I respect it. So we're about to kick off, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. One last shout to subscribe before the game kicks off from me. Like the video, all that good stuff. We're gonna do it today. We're gonna do it. Come on. I'll of course have the timer in the top corner, just up here, to let you know exactly how far behind you I am, so you know. Hopefully it won't be too far. We're almost underway on my screen. Let's have a quick check. What's the likes at right now? They're at 361. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. We're just going to grind it out today until we get there. Come on. Just Pointy says, I can honestly see a loss here, sadly. It would be such a hammer's thanks to do. Lose the game. It puts us a few points ahead of the Gunners. It's a big opportunity, a huge opportunity for us to make a statement here. Like you say, if we can get a dub and really start putting the pressure on those teams around us, start dragging us away from the teams who are struggling against us, then that's going to be a huge thing. A huge thing. But we are underway here at the London Stadium. It's West Ham United versus Leeds in the Premier League. Come on, you Irons. Deploy the boys. It's happening. We move. Luke's here. Good to see you, Luke. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're all good. West Irons saying 5-1. Could you debunk the myth that Antonio only turns up in home games? I feel like you need Chris Wood. I feel like you needed Chris Wood more than Newcastle did. I definitely think the Antonio thing's untrue, because I think he turns up and doesn't turn up in a way in home games are like whenever he wants. I don't think there's a consistency to that. Chris Wood, I don't know if he would suit West Ham's style, or specifically what David Moyes wants in a striker. I wouldn't have minded him. I think I think Chris Wood's a decent striker. They've paid a lot of money for him there. They have paid a lot of money. I wouldn't have taken him for the money they have. I won't lie. If we could get him for cheaper, then I would have looked into it. But 25 mil, that's a lot. That is a lot. That's a lot. I'll be interested to see where the sort of average places, the sort of average positions on the pitch end up working out. Will it be Fornals or will it be Vlasic out wide, for example? My internal monologue says it should be Fornals out on the left-hand side. I think, unfortunately, it's probably going to be Vlasic. I say unfortunately just because I really want to see him in that number 10 role. I really want to see him taking it to the opposition, but I think he'll be out wide once more. And I'm looking at the formation now. That does seem to be the case. Mikel Antonio and Fornals seem to be the most sort of central. Declan Rice with a good interception. Early doors finds Pablo Fornals. Vlasic trying to make a bit of room down the left-hand side. He puts in a decent ball just over the head of Mikel Antonio. Goes out for a goal kick. Early doors, good work from West Ham. A nice interception from Declan Rice. The ball lands to the feet of Pablo Fornals, who turns, lays it onto Vlasic, who's steaming down that left-hand side. Puts in a decent ball just over the head of Mikel Antonio, who's not being able to adjust to it anywhere near quick enough. Because to be honest with you, it was cut. There was no point. There was no chance. There was no chance. That's not me shooting at Antonio. It's just what it was. It's just what it was. Just arrived. Good to see you, Onyx. I hope you're well. Hope you're good. Madman. Took my toes and called me Tallulah. It's tremendous. Charlie Scott won't be here as he's a little bit passed out. Fair. That's very fair, sir. That's very fair. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. I hope you're looking forward to a tight bit of action. Something I've said out loud. And I don't regret it. If you were only allowed to eat one kind of pie for the rest of your life, what would it be? Oof. Obi-Wan, good to see you. All fans of all clubs, welcome. Oh. Frey Bentos steak and kidney. Frey Bentos steak and kidney. I'll even give you a brand. Frey Bentos steak and kidney. Do you know what I mean? Eat eat some cheese. This is illegal beats. What do you think of the player we are being linked with? I don't know Mr. Nater. I don't know Mr. Nater, but I've heard he's a whiz up front. Amanda's here. Good to see you, Amanda. Irons J's here. Good to see you, Irons. I hope you're well. Hope you're good. Obi's going for a draw. I respect that. Listen, I think I respect that. I didn't say my score prediction in the end. I'm going 2-1. I was saying 3-1 for most of the week, or after, at least after the Norwich game. But I'm gonna back down a little bit on that and go to a 2-1. But you know, I could see a draw happening. This is a better Leeds team, and again, if they can get that press on that they didn't get last time, it would be very effective for them. Apple pie. I can see the argument. But a steak and kidney is just so good. If you're talking about like a dessert one, an apple, bit of custard, bit of vanilla ice cream, we're having a good day. Who's the current Hammer you'd most like to see part of the stadium named after? There's an argument for Nicky Snowman. There is always an argument for Nicky Snowman. Mark, it's got to be Mark Noble. It's got to be Mark Noble or potato salad. The potato salad stand would be a beautiful thing. Do you know what I mean? West Ham looking for a big long ball, just not working out. It's going out for a throw into Leeds. We're seeing the squat from Bielsa, which I saw someone mention in the chat. Does the Leeds manager have hemorrhoids? Why is he always squatting? He likes to get down low, close to the pitch, really feel the essence of the vibes, you know? Really feel the essence of the vibes. I don't know what that means either. I've said it out loud, though. He's asking for the lineup. Steve, there you go. I'll have him scroll across the bottom of the screen for you, sir. Fabianski, Kufal, Dawson, Diop, Cresswell, Lanzini, Rice, Fornals, Vlasic, Bowen, Antonio. But I'll have them roll across the screen. A reference to Suchek. He's just a beautiful man. He's not here, but he's just a beautiful man. You know? And also, I'd quite like a potato salad stand just in general. I think it'd be fun. From your shout out to my old man the other day, he asked me every day if I've seen the new vids from Hammer's chat. It had the effect of greatness. Shout out to ISJ's old man. Big plays. We appreciate it. We do appreciate it. Nothing but respect for my G. Do you know what I mean? Pizza pie. Ooh, when the ball hits you right, that's amore. I don't think that's one of the lyrics. Oh, Leeds passing the ball around well. Harrison out on the left-hand side, inside the box, tries to cut inside. Bowman gets a foot to it. And it's a good block in the end by Craig Dawson, I think it is. But it was a good opportunity from Leeds there, pushing and pressing like we sort of suspected. It was a nice one-touch pass back into the path of whoever it was. Harrison on the left-hand side tried to wiggle his way through. Bowen and Krufal both there, get the block in the end, and then he at second bite of the cherry. Harrison tries to fire it across the box. It's a good block, I think, by Craig Dawson. Zooming out to stop it. Doesn't quite work out. It's corner though. Corner to Leeds from the left-hand side. Put in swinger towards the back post, headed back across goal, nodded away by Mikel Antonio. Then a second one from Vlasic, headed back. We're getting a bit of head tennis here, ladies and gentlemen. Ball's bopping about all over the point until Craig Dawson, just with his big foot, says no, not happening. Boots it up the pitch. Although we then get followed up by a header straight away. But you know, it is what it is. Leeds do regain possession back with Melier in goal, but. A decent opportunity for Leeds. And you're seeing them streaming forward in numbers again that they didn't do in the last match. Craig Dawson is a god. Hang on. Yes. It's important. It's important that we talk about that. Diop is awkward movements from West Ham defensively, and Diop getting pressured from Leeds. They regain possession. The cross comes in. It's not a great one. All the way over the top. Click on the far side. Fires it in to Dan James. Click again. Tries to put it in a second time. Bowen the block. It's another corner. They're looking lively at Leeds. West Ham just playing the ball around awkwardly at the back, just unnecessarily awkwardly at the back, making it difficult for ourselves. Leeds looking, like I said, significantly better than they did last time. Significantly better. Corner from the left-hand side, played in again. In swinger this time to the front post. Firpo's header up and over. Can't get anywhere near an accurate header there. But Leeds looking a lot more dangerous than they did. Pressing, getting forward in nice numbers. We've got big hoof up the pitch from Fabianski. Straight to Junior Firpo. Good one, lads. It's the fastest I've ever seen Fabianski take a goal kick, and it went straight back to Leeds. Straight back to Leeds. Fun times. At least looking better. Are we looking worse? Both. I would say both. I think it's too early. I would say it's too early to. I think it's too early to say whether or not we're looking worse, but I don't think it's too early to say Leeds are looking better. They're more lively in and around the box. They've got more numbers in and around the box. Importantly, their passing's more crisp. There's some of their one-touch passing. There was a one-touch pass early doors, which gave them a lot of space and time in the box. That kind of stuff. They're looking better. I would say we're looking worse as well, but I think that's too early to tell. But I don't think it's too early to tell. Leeds are looking significantly better. To be fair. And we're struggling a little bit. We are struggling a little bit. It's one of those situations where we have it's a good ball over the top. It's a good ball over the top. Rafinha out on the right-hand side. Picks up the ball inside the box. He's up against Cresswell. Lays it back short. Hit. Save from Fabianski. Laid back. Hit. Harrison. 1-0 Leeds. 1-0 Leeds. Like I said, I think, is it too early to say that we're playing worse? Probably. I don't think it's too early to say Leeds are playing better. It's 1-0 and it's a good finish by Jack Harrison. A very quick long ball transition from Leeds down the right-hand side. Rafinha gets in behind, steps up to Cresswell, who stays strong, to be fair to him. It's played back, I think, to Click, who hits it. It's a save from Fabianski, but palmed out into the path of the Leeds player. Who is it who picks it up? I can't quite tell, but it's laid short to Harrison inside the box, unmarked, who just places it strong with his strong foot. His left foot just bends it into the bottom corner. Fabianski gets a touch, but nowhere near enough. It's West Ham United 0, Leeds United 1. Stress. Mikel Antonio trying to make something happen early straight away. Couldn't quite do it. Falls down dramatically as he's one to do. But West Ham maintain possession in and around the box. Vlasic, Fornals, one-touch pass back to Rice, back to Vlasic out on this left-hand side. Trying to maybe find a little bit of space, but Leeds working very well right now. Just working very well to reduce the space, reduce the options. Declan Rice manages to dribble past Rafinha like he wasn't there very impressively. Vlasic, again, what they've tried to do there is tackle Vlasic, and Vlasic said no. That's not what was happening. The crossing's not bad, but Mikel Antonio can't quite get his head on it. Fornals looking for Kufal, but it's well defended by Leeds. For Firpo now, they're passing it around at the back, and then a long ball forward ends for a West Ham throw in far forward. But yeah, Leeds starting off the better of the two teams. You have to say it. They've started off significantly better. They look better. They look stronger. They look faster, and they look more sharp and alive. We've started the game, another game slowly, Diop, with a bit of a hospital pass towards Vlasic. Who's caught out. The through ball, thankfully, from Leeds does get mopped up by Diop in the end. But yeah, another game where casual was the way to do it. Another game where we're acting very casually early stages of a game, which is something we weren't doing. The beginning of the season where we were doing so incredibly well. No, that was Jack, mate. The early stages of the games where we were doing so well in the last couple of months. Since we've started to play poorly, that's one of the big changes. We start so unbelievably slow. And it's Dan James on the ball again here. I started talking like it was ever going to be on target. It was Dan James. But, having said that, he will score now. But he's not the most clinical guy in the world. But he is allowing that ball over the top. He is allowing that counter-attack. And he is fast to make it just difficult. It's frustrating. It's frustrating because it's so frustrating because we weren't doing this recently. We were starting fast. It was one of our key traits. First half, second half, we'd start the halves like lightning. We would gun for it. We'd get the goal. Then we'd start to defend, and that gave us all of the time in the world. That was one of our key things. It was one of the things we did the most. And this is completely changed to a point where we have to fight back, and that's really frustrating against a team like Leeds, who are obviously struggling for injuries, struggling with a lot of things right now, struggling for form. We go 1-0 down because they're pressing and harrying, gunning for us. Now, this is Marcelo Bielsa. They're not going to change the way they play too much because they've gone up. Don't get me wrong, but it can, if they want to, be a little bit less aggressive. They can sit deep. They can make it difficult for us, and that's something we should have been taking advantage of. And we weren't at all. And Leeds to come away with it. We're on 400. We're on 400 already. We're close. 374. 374. Come on. 374. 1,000 and we do a giveaway. That's all we need. That's all we need. Will it happen? I doubt it, but we can try. We can try. Can we match the 700? And I think it was, what did it end up being when I turned off the stream? 760 something? 4 shots to Leeds, by the way. West Ham's none. 69% possession for Leeds. Touches an opponent's box. Leeds have had 12. West Ham had none. We had like 7 trying to get them to 400. Yeah. Sorry. I back it, James. I back it. We had like 700 something last time when I finished. I think it was like 760 something when I finished. Can we match that today? Mad. Likes take longer. Yeah, I know. I know. The second we went 1-0 down, I was like, 1,000's not happening. But, we can still try. Like for confidence. Come on, let's go. Not for confidence, for... I don't know. Big searching ball from Vlasic, trying to look for Kufal at the back. No, is the answer. No. Difficult situation. How did West Ham turn this around? We saw the first time we faced Leeds, not last week, but the time before that. If they points one from losing positions, West Ham most in the Premier League this season. Come on. We do have a never say die attitude, but sometimes we do get a little bit lifeless. Hopefully that's not one of those days today. We saw the first time around, Leeds weren't great, yet somehow we managed to come back, and then we were terrible in the first half, the first time we faced them, and then we managed to force our way back into it with a storming second half. Declan Rice with the interception, tries to dribble forward, his pass is poor. Oh, Pablo Fornals with a cheeky spin, you love to see it. Just a little cheeky, he's like Zidane in his prime. Kufal tries to put it onto his right foot to cross it, like everyone didn't know exactly what he was going to do, including the Leeds defense. And they come away with the ball. It's a shock. Yeah, one of those things where we were really poor in the first half, and Leeds were all right. This was a Leeds that was struggling for form. They really weren't going well, and they came away in the first half probably the better team. Second half, we absolutely stormed them. But the thing is, they did in that first half was they pressed us. They pressed the back. They pressed the defenders. They pressed the defensive midfield. Declan Rice storming forward again here, trying to make something happen. He tries to then hook it back towards Antonio. Not a great ball. But West Ham come away with it once more. Declan Rice tries to loft it into the back post towards Antonio. Headed down. Jared Bowen can't quite turn and get the hit. Cleared away from Everton. And they win a free kick in their own half, but at least further away. But we turned it around through sheer force and will. The tactic that Leeds are playing right now is going well for them. It's working for them. This is what they need to be doing. This is what they should be doing. Unfortunately for us, they're doing it quite well at the moment. It's making it difficult. Declan Rice is coming very far forward, is something I'll say. And I don't want to sound like a broken record because I talk about this potentially too much. Stop. Like, we've got a double pivot today of Manuel Lanzini and Declan Rice. We're going up against a team who are getting in behind. They're trying to play on that last man. They're pressing. They're harrying. They're doing a lot of work in the final third to make it difficult for West Ham. I don't want Rice any further forward than he already is. He's too far forward. I want him defending because we're going to need someone in there to break up that play, and Lanzini's not that guy. Lanzini's better at defending in defensive midfield position, at tackling, than he has any right to be. Oh, it's a nice dribble there by Dallas. Leeds trying to come forward. I think it was Luke Ayling actually, now said it. But Rice is incredibly good at the defensive side of his game. It's his best trait by far for me. He's so good defensively. And don't get me wrong, he's making some nice runs. He's trying to force it a little bit. But realistically, it's not for me. It's not for me. When you have Lanzini next to you, it's not for me. Hey, if we had Crowell in the defensive midfield position next to him, by all means, go wild, go hog wild. But we don't. And until we do, stop. Stop. Good to see you, sir. I hope you're good, Todd. Hope you're all good. Nate says, morning from Salt Lake. Good to see you, Nate. West Ham had a match 4 days ago. Leeds are well rested, but I'm still not worried. We've got this. I agree. I don't think that's an effect. It's easy to say it looking at it like now and going, oof, we don't look at the races like they do, but I don't think I'm still confident as well. Ish. James trying to whip the ball into the box, but it's a good block from Issa Diop. James collects it once more as Leeds try to recycle the possession. They've got the ball out on the right-hand side, sort of near the touchline, near the corner flag, being worked slowly backwards for sure. James went for the overlap, doesn't. Whipped in. Rafinha was standing in the middle, but nodded away. Declan Rice with the ball just outside the area. And this is the problem. They're pressing us. They're doing exactly what I said, bro. Look, okay. Leeds is... There's one thing I'll disagree with Gonzo on from the build-up. He said that their style, their system works well for us. It doesn't. If Leeds are playing the system they want to do with the pressing, the pushing high up the pitch, it destroys us. We saw it in the first game, and we're seeing it again here. Declan Rice had the ball, right? They crossed in the ball. It was a nothing cross from Leeds, right? Barely even dangerous. Easily knocked down into Declan Rice. Something that most times we would be able to deal with relatively easily. Except Leeds getting it to us, getting on us, stepping to us, reduced all of the options from Rice instantaneously. He had 3 people around him, covered in around him, and he couldn't do anything with it. And this is why we're talking about why are we playing this? Why are we playing these long balls? That's why. Because we don't have any options right now. They're just pumping it forward because we just need to get it away from their press. The easiest way to avoid a press is to play the ball over it, right? If you're pressing me, if you're stepping to me, the easiest thing to do is to kick it over you. I don't have to pass it left. I don't have to pass it right. Nothing, no thinking, just punt it over. But unless you're designed to capitalize off that sort of stuff, then all we're doing is essentially handing the ball back to them because we're not designed to do that right now. West Ham right now aren't a team who pump it long. You know, Antonio can deal with it, but it hasn't happened for a long time. It hasn't happened for a very long time. And so pumping it long is not the option. That's just us trying to get the ball away from Leeds who are pressing us and making it very difficult for us to do anything. So when we talk about this styles clash, it's very much one that if they do what they want, then it works for them. And right now it's working for them. For sure, unfortunately for Leeds, is having to go off injured. It's something they don't need is more injuries. I don't know if he's injured in last game. I think he was, but still. Unfortunately, Rebecca Bettany, I can't because YouTube will come and kill me. But there are ways in which you can watch the game. And on in his place, they're doing 2 subs. Our Leeds, incredibly. Oh no, I think it's just one. I think it's just one. I think the other one's just someone who was off. The home fans are very angry about this. I'm not sure what's going on for Leeds. There's some nonsense is kicking off. Bait has come on. Is that Firpo's come off? I think Firpo's come off. I think. So Forshaw has come off for Bait. We can say that much. As West Ham attack down the right-hand side. Kufal whips it into a good position. Vlasic manages to keep it in action. Antonio just not quite quick enough to it. Leeds players work well and then they come away with it, but not. Their counter-attack had to stop for a second. I'm not entirely certain what was going on there. There was some level of nonsense kicking off on Leeds side. Substitutes were taking too long. It looked like Firpo was also coming off. And I think Firpo thought he was coming off. He seemed completely lost. There is another Leeds player ready to come on. Leeds are going to have to make 2 subs in this first half. But Firpo, who looked like he was coming up, Dan James there, just fouling Craig Dawson. Not something you want to do, Daniel. Not something you want to do. But yeah, Firpo is going to come off now as well. So it's a double substitution from Leeds. Firpo's come off. He looks very angry. Hjelde coming on. 18-year-old. I don't know. Firpo doesn't. Is Firpo injured? It doesn't seem so. He walked off quite normally. I don't know. That's the kind of knowledge you've got from me today. I don't know. I'm sorry. Bolton sucks. Just kidding. Come on, you man. You. Well, it's a strong username. I was supposed to go to this match, but I have COVID. All right, Klopp, calm down. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. I hope you're coping, and it's not too difficult for you. Unpopular statement. This system is excellent. Yeah. Jeffrey. Yeah. Jeffrey. Yeah. We can come at a different angle. Antonio. Okay, Mikhail. Okay. Picks up the ball on the halfway line, takes maybe the heaviest touch you're ever going to see in your life, and then decides to just absolutely clear out the player, showing all. I'm just going to say it. Maybe a little bit frustrated there, Mikhail. He looked a little bit frustrated in the build-up, and he gets a yellow card about as quickly as he lost the ball. Good plays, Mikhail. Well done, mate. You're killing it. And by it, I mean that player's ankles. Just okay. Cog is the one who went down under the challenge. Thankfully for Leeds, he looks all right. That was a FIFA 2000 tackle. Yes. Oh, gonna have to leave here to watch the match on my phone. I shaft and enjoy it. If it comes back, come back. Oh, Pablo Fornals just nicely taking the ball around the defenders. Just a nice little dribble. Keeps it in into Mikel Antonio, who hits it. Good block by Dallas. And West Ham lose out again. There's a lot of frustration right now in the stadium, on the pitch from West Ham. This is when captaincy comes into play. Declan Rice needs to get out and just tell people to calm down, because it's at danger right now of boiling over on our part. Something Geo said in a video recently, and I don't know whether it was the Leeds video on this channel, whether it was on the All Leeds TV channel. I can't remember which one it was, but very right in saying that we're not a team who get too many yellow cards. You know, we play fairly fair football, if you want to put it like that. Right now, it looks. We are at danger of letting this boil over in a big way, big way, and we don't need to. Declan Rice, as the captain, needs to just get into people, calm them down, and get us to play our game. Because right now, not really happening. Right now, it's not really happening. We're booting the ball on constantly. We're just hoofing it to try and avoid Leeds press. We're getting very angry. Mikel Antonio is already on a yellow. If we go down to 10 men, this game's as good as done. So we need to make sure that we're giving ourselves an opportunity. We're giving ourselves an opportunity in this game, and that requires a bit of calmness. Look, the crowd aren't going to calm down. The crowd are the crowd. They're already riled up. They're angry. But what we need to do as a team is we need to chill out and start just working through the motions of playing like West Ham have played this season. Because right now we look completely lost by. Look, I'm not going to say they're not doing well, Leeds, but not a great Leeds press. This isn't some sort of legendary pressing game that no one's ever seen before. No, it's a relatively okay press that's giving us all kinds of issues, and we need to find a way around that. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble here, because we're not playing well enough. Quick free kick from Kufal, just off the halfway line, finds Jared Bowen. He's charging forward, trying to make something happen. Surrounded by two separate people, no one really giving him the options. Surprise, surprise, Leeds come away with the ball. Kufal with a nice interception, just clears it forward. We've been terrible. No doubt fans will create the victim narrative that the ref has robbed us. This is the problem, is we have not been anywhere near good enough. I think our mindset is we're playing 2001. Yeah. Basically, yes, mate. Just how it feels like, right? That's what it feels like. Just Pointy says we need to be realistic. We're missing Souček and Zuma. I don't disagree with you, but we've missed Zuma for long, and we've done okay. I don't disagree with you, though. Diop cuts that one out well. Kufal lays it back to Fabianski, and again, just Harrison stepping to West Ham quickly. Well, Mikel Antonio with a nice turnout on the left-hand side. Can he actually do anything with it? Showing a bit of pace. Lays the ball through to Vlasic. He wants to pull it back for Antonio. Goes down in the area. Nothing to be had. Not even close. We're at 397 likes, by the way, people. 397. We're getting there. We're going to grind it out today. Despite all, we're going to do what West Ham can't. We're going to grind out a result today. It's happening. I don't even think that was a corner. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought Antonio got the last touch. But still, it is a corner to West Ham. Out on the left-hand side. Aaron Cresswell's going to take it. Aaron Cresswell's going to take it. We got Dawson, Rice, Diop, Bowen all hanging around just on the edge of the area with Mikel Antonio in the centre. Not all up in the goalkeeper's grill like he usually is, depressingly, but West Ham at least got some presence. He's got some presence in the box. Lanzini's on the edge of it, as is Vlasic, just in case it comes out. We took our time with this corner. It better be good. Cresswell. Oh, it's not bad. Header just wide from Craig Dawson. I think it was Craig. It might have been Rice. They're both holding their hands. It could have been one or the other. They both charged into that area. It's Craig Dawson. It was close. It was flipping close. Dawson does really well to lose his man. That's significantly better set piece than we have done in a hot minute. An actual corner routine that isn't just put it at the front man. Really well. Just nice little movement in there. And Dawson, he'll be disappointed with that one. He'll be disappointed with that. He was practically in the 6-yard box and a little bit more direction, and that's in. There's zero chance of Meslier saving that. As such, it goes wide. West Ham trying to work their way back into this game. Thrown from the left-hand side for West Ham. Just trying to play the ball forward, and instantaneously Mikel Antonio loses it. I would say get him off, but we don't have another striker. Wild how that works out, isn't it? Wild how that works out. Anyway, we move. We move. Leeds come away, start playing the ball around relatively calmly. Better last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes better. We look like we actually care now, which is fun. Vlasic tried to turn it, but just nice. Nah, from Dallas. West Ham will score very soon. Says Bitaz. How do you say your name, sir? I apologize. I should know this. Bitaz. I apologize either way, but good to see you. Hope you're well. I don't think Antonio's been that bad, to be honest. He's done more than Bowen has. Don't necessarily disagree with your second statement. I think for me, he has been bad because 9 out of the 10 things he's done, let's say, I know it's not been 10, but let's just say it for the sake of argument, 10, 9 of them have been terrible. So I wouldn't say the first bit, but I don't necessarily disagree with the second statement. I don't think Bowen's done much today. I don't think Bowen's done much today. Also, James, you know I'm here for you, James, but let's not at people and call them names. You know what the rules are here. You can talk about whatever you want. You can be however you want. But the second people start using actual aggressive acts, let's chill. Let's chill. You two can have a conversation. That's fine, but don't start blapping people. Do you know what I mean? You know I'm here for you, James. You know I'm here for you. You've been here since the beginning. You know that, but so I did do French GCSE, but I don't remember that personally. Declan Rice driving forward once more down the left-hand side. No real options, but his cross does get blocked and it goes out for another corner. Hello. Happy to do that. Archie's back. Archie, I remembered PHMP. I remembered Archie. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Goals from corners, most since January 2020. West Ham 23, Liverpool 23, Chelsea 21, Man City 20. We have been very good. For a while, we've been terrible. But today, first corner we had, pretty good. Aaron Cresswell stepping up again. It's going for an out swinger, which is a good sign. It's less likely to just hit that first bloody man. Whipped in. Oh, it's in. There we go. I think it's Jarrod Bowen who got the goal. He's wheeled away celebrating. Jarrod Bowen gets the goal. It's West Ham United 1, Leeds United 1. Come on. Come on. I couldn't even... It gets played into the box. It goes over all of the big men, and Jarrod Bowen, seemingly unmarked, just slots it home. I don't know if he hit it with his head, with his foot. To be honest with you, I can't tell. Let's look at the replay. Aaron Cresswell puts it in nicely. And Jarrod Bowen, just a nice header. His second header in 2 games. And it's right next to Melier, but it's in that awkward position about here where it's really difficult for a goalkeeper to save it. Craig Dawson, eat your heart out. Jarrod Bowen with the goal. It's West Ham United 1. Leeds United 1. West Ham back into it. The last 10 minutes or so, West Ham have certainly grown into the game, got a little bit more into it after a horrendous start. And now all of a sudden, West Ham seem to have turned it around. Leeds have calmed down a little bit. And it's West Ham United 1. Leeds 1. Love that. Love that. Come on. Like the video. 1,000. Let's go. Let's go. Bowen's on fire. And he's courting Danny Dyer. Bowen's on fire. Come on. Come on, Lucas, if you're here. Bowen's on fire. And he's courting Danny Dyer. Let's go. Come on. Come on. It begins. It begins indeed. We're at 406 likes. Come on, let's do it. I got distracted by talking to a pony. Who are you? Me? What's going on here? Yeah, we did. We scored. Yeah. Bowen's on fire. And he's courting Danny Dyer. Bowen's on fire. And he's courting Danny Dyer. That's the YouTube Safe for Work version. Na 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 na. I was saying this to someone else, right? I was saying this, I think it was to Lucas, my co-host, in case you forgot. If Firpo's back out, looks very sad. If there's a write-in, I don't think there is a write-in option on Hammer of the Year. But if there is, Danny Dyer is going to be disgracefully close to winning Hammer of the Year at this rate. It's gone mad. It's gone mad. Lee Smith's making me sad now. Injure another Leeds player and use up their subs to take out the keeper. Big. Yes. Let's get real dirty with it. let's get real. Let's just attack in a big way. In a big way. Last 10 minutes has been mostly West Ham. You love to see it. Big plays. I'm trying to scroll up to see something. I'm trying to. Yeah. Last 10 minutes has been all West Ham. You love to see it. Earlier on, it was Leeds. It was Leeds all over. They were really making us pay for yet another incredibly slow start. And to be honest, they were doing really, really well. And we were just lifeless. Lifeless. But the last 10 minutes, there was that moment where everyone was just like pissed off and angry. And on the back of that, tail end of that, the fishtail of that, a little bit of calm and serenity came across the team, and then we flew forward. And 1-1 happens. It's corner to Leeds out on the left-hand side. Rafinha takes it. Whipped in. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. It's 2-1 to Leeds. It's 2-1 to Leeds. And in what can only be described as stupid, we've conceded from corner. Rafinha whips it in with his left foot. The initial header, no chance of offside or anything, by the way. And I think it's... Who is it? Is it Harrison? A back post? It's Harrison at the back post. Cresswell left completely and utterly statuesque. The original header comes in from Ayling. It's going wide. And it goes around the back of Cresswell, who's just completely unaware of the run Harrison makes, who doesn't even have to hit it, doesn't have to header it, doesn't have to kick it. It hits off his thigh into the net. It's the easiest touch you're ever going to see for a goal from Jack Harrison. Fabianski, Cresswell, questions need to be asked about what they're doing. They're quite statuesque. The lack of just losing out to a header to who's it was Ailing or Dallas? I can't remember who I said. And it's 2-1. 2-1. Declan Rice just taken past incredibly easily by Dan James, whipped into the box. I think it wasn't Dan James, it was their 26, whoever their 26 was. Just drifted past Declan Rice, but there we go. There we go. Frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Cross came in, header wide over. Is Cresswell not match fit? Norwich playing, he played well. There's a glorified championship team. I don't know, but he was statuesque there. I'll tell you that much. He was statuesque. Again, I'm seeing a lot of hate for Diop here. There's a lot of questions to be asked about a lot of people. I know it's easy to point at Diop and go, Diop! But there's a lot of questions about a lot of players you could ask in that phase of play. I want to re-say it, though, before I say anything more. 2-1 to Leeds. 2-1 to Leeds. We're just not good enough. Leeds playing a bit of head tennis, trying to get the full ball forward. Pablo Fornals battles for it well, tries to hook it forward, just trying to get it up their end of the pitch. And Leeds deal with it incredibly calm. The press that West Ham used to have is non-existent anymore. We used to press really smartly. It wasn't a heavy metal press. It wasn't a Leeds United style press where they're gunning at you. But we used to press. We used to close down passing lanes. It was really nice. And we don't bother anymore. The ball comes forwards into their third. You know, Leeds might have the ball, their defense passing it around. They got also nice ball through to Declan Rice, who's made a great run. Not happening. Should have squared it. Instead, he went for it. He knows that as well, Declan Rice. It was well out of nowhere. He comes charging in late from the box. He puts his foot. It's a great ball through to him. Unreal ball through to him. I'm not sure who that was who played it into him. I think it's Pablo. It's Pablo Fornals. Of course, it's Pablo Fornals. I should have clocked. He takes one touch around Melier and tries to go for it from a really difficult angle. Whether he tried to square it or whether he tried to go from that angle, it was silly. He should have played it first time across the box, and it's a missed opportunity. Yeah, like just we could press, but we don't. We haven't. You know, it's something we used to do a lot, a hell of a lot. We used to really make it happen. You know, we used to make it difficult for people, and yet now we just don't do it. Leeds can have the ball in the defensive area, can pass it around with the goalkeeper, and it just ends in them passing it around to Mikel Antonio sort of going. There's not that team movement we used to have. It's just annoying because we should be doing that. It's simple stuff. It was so effective, but yeah. Yes, Kev. Yes, it is. That's it, Todd. Come on. That's what I'm saying. Looking like another 3-2 win for the massive Hammers. Big plays, Todd. Big bloody plays. Come on. What a ball from Fornals. I know he's just... When the ball got played through, I was like, oh, who played that pass? I don't know why I even doubted it. It was obviously Fornals. It was always going to be Fornals. It was never not going to be Fornals. He's just that slotty. You know what I mean? Just that slotty. Declan Rice down on the left-hand side. Takes Dan James on. Corner to West Ham. Dan James and Rafinha seem to have swapped around positions at this point. It feels more like he's playing out on the right-hand side and Rafinha's up front. Interestingly, I don't know if that's a difference. I don't know if that's a temporary thing or a permanent thing, but still. Are we playing good, says Blake? Nope. Next question. Nope. Corner to West Ham. Aaron Cresswell taking about as long as it's possible to take a corner. But to be fair to them, they've been significantly better today than they have been for a long, long time. So I'll accept it. Could be a bit quicker. I can't lie to you, but that's fine. It's fine. Here comes the corner. Antonio's in there. Rice is in there, right near the goalkeeper. Whipped in. Bowen attacking it with his head again. More clinical with his head right now, Bowen, than he is with his feet. But why? High over. High over. All kinds of underneath that. Not even close. Not even close. Minute and a half left until stoppage time gets played. And it's 2-1 to Leeds at this point. 2-1 at this point. Kev says West Ham not prepared for a Leeds onslaught. If Leeds win, they move up 4 places. This is Leeds' biggest game. West Ham not ready for that. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't necessarily disagree with that. Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back. The views go up when he plays. Bring him back. Bring him back. They're playing like it, Kev. They're playing like it. The thing is they've got a lot of people back. They're obviously in a difficult situation, Leeds. They're in danger of being dragged into a relegation battle. I don't think they're in one yet, but they're certainly in danger of being dragged into it. Cop gets a yellow card for a roughhouse challenge. And they're getting their players back from injury. This is a much stronger side than we played last time, and we've been lackadaisical. We've had a big old laissez-faire attitude to this game, apart from that 10 minutes where we sort of started to create chances quite calmly, and we're better now than we were at the beginning of the game, first 25 minutes. But outside of that, we've been nowhere near better. We've been nowhere near good enough. Free kick. Can we match our good corners today with a good free kick? Bowen standing over it as well as Kufal. About 35 yards away from goal, something like that. Not shooting position, more of a crossing position, playing position. Kufal stutters about 8 times. Bowen then plays it. It's a Leeds goal kick. Let's ignore everything that's ever happened in the world. None of that happened. There was no free kick. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. There was no free kick. Let's just all move on with our lives. You know. We always beat Leeds, says Natural Mystic. Today will be no different. They will run out of steam. Fair? I don't know. We'll see what happens. You suspect they might do, but it feels like right now they've got in control of this game. They're in control of this game. But we'll see. Like I said, not last week. The time before that when we faced Leeds, we were abject in that first half. We were terrible. And Leeds were all over us. Leeds were a poor, out of form Leeds team. Were really struggling in that game. We were really struggling that game. They were all over us. And yet, second half, we came out and absolutely destroyed them. Did we deserve it overall? Probably not. Yet we got the win. Bit more of that today, and we'll take it. I'll happily take it. You know, when you're in face of adversity, I'm always someone who prefers performances over results. Okay, I always prefer performances over results. If you say to me in 3 games you lose all 3 but you play incredibly well, or you get 3 1-0 wins but you play incredibly badly, I would always pick the performances because more performances produce better results over a long-term period, right? However, when you're in the face of adversity like we are today, and we can't seem to do anything right, like we can today a little bit, then screw it. Take the performance. Oh, that's a nice play. Dan James is through. It's Dan James straight into the hands of Lucas Fabianski. I don't know why. I was concerned. But yeah, we can do this. We can do this. It's not all lost. All is not lost yet. What on earth is happening? Absolutely must improve second half. Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping for, Lauren. That's what I'm hoping for. What are we saying? Long ball FC? A little bit. Calling 4-3. Cool catch. Big plays. Just a big play. Just a big play. 5-2, but even larger plays. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Sleeping defense. A little bit. West Ham tried to play the ball forward. Pablo Fornals down onto that the left-hand side. Cresswell dinks it into some position. Oof, Bowen and Fornals and Kufal were all there. Bowen's the one who hooks his foot at it, gets the volley. Koch gets it into the path of Rafinha. Takes it past Antonio very well, but his pass is bad. It's a good tackle by Diop, and that allows West Ham to get the ball forward once again. And Bowen's pass mishit awfully. The second he hit that, he went, because it wasn't good. Because it wasn't good, you know what I mean? He hit one of them. The second he passed it. He knew he flopped that one, that's fine. It happens. It happens. Lining up to volley that cross from Cresswell a second ago. Was what it was. Bowen trying to do something with it. Can't quite. On a stroke of half time here, we've got about 1 minute 10 seconds left of stoppage time. And Dan James is on the ball down the left-hand side. It's dangerous for West Ham. Craig Dawson just doesn't do anything. Allows James in on his stronger foot. Tries to whip it into that bottom corner. And thankfully, not happening. I've miscounted there, and it's half time now. This isn't an AFCON situation. I'm just an idiot and can't count time correctly. There we go. It's half time. It's West Ham United 1, Leeds 2. Yeah, struggle. Let me know how you feel about the game. I'm interested to see what your vibes are, because mine are not good enough, lads. Nowhere near good enough in general. But let me know how you feel in the comments. Like the video, not good stuff while we're here. Why not? Let's have a look at some of the stats, shall we? Let's briefly have a look at some of the stats. Let's see what they're saying. So, as you can see, it's 2-1 here. What we're saying, so as you can see, we've Leeds have had more shots. I'm interested to see shots on target. Yeah, we've only had one, which was the goal. Possession's been practically all Leeds, which again is insane to say for us at home against a team who, I don't know, I just think that's a little bit insane. And it's just been one of those halves where it's just, in my opinion, it's been practically all Leeds, almost. I mean, we've had periods of play, don't get me wrong. It's not a situation where it's been entirely all Leeds. That's maybe a stressful thing to say. But mostly all Leeds. Ed, unsurprisingly, has enjoyed that half as a Leeds fan. Geo, how do you feel about the game?
We're not playing very well, are we? I think Bielsa's got his tactics bang on. I think he's done a number in the first half on David Moyes, really. And the worst thing is, he told us before the game what he was going to do. And so we knew what he was going to do. He told us. And it's working. So there's no surprise factor. Bielsa removed the surprise factor. It's working very well for them. We're still in this game, but I'm not very happy with what I saw in the first half.
Yeah, I felt there was a period of about 5 to 10 minutes where we were doing really well. Or where I think there was that period, there was that moment where it looked like it was all about to boil over and everyone looked incredibly angry and Antonio just got a yellow card. And off the fishtail of that, I think there was a period where we were doing really well and we were on top of it. That's when we got the goal. We were looking bright. We were looking lively. All of a sudden I was like, oh, we've turned up. Hello, everyone. West Ham have arrived. And then it left just as quickly as it came a little bit. And it was the one thing, like sometimes when I'm sitting backstage in the build-up and I hear one of you two say something, this is probably what the comment section feels all the time. I'll be like, I want to reply because I think you're wrong. When Gonzo said about styles, this Leeds style doesn't suit us. Their attacking style of stepping to us, that suits us because we want to counter-attack, right? But the way they press has never suited. We saw it not in the game we played last week, but the one before that, where they pressed us a little bit and we completely crumbled. And again,
I think
Dan James today is doing exactly that, right?
We suit each other. The way they play suits us, but the way we play suits them as well. I think it suits each other. I think you're seeing that because of who does their tactics the most correct and who plays better. If we're losing the game, I thought we were going to lose the game in the middle of the park, and I think we are to some extent. I think it helped by Forshaw going off. I think Leeds lost a little bit of their bite in midfield when he went off. I was relieved to see Forshaw go off because he was just tracking Lanzini. Every time Lanzini got ball, Forshaw was there. I thought, okay, now see what they're doing here, and it was working. We're losing the game in our centre-back position. I don't mean Leeds' attacking play. I mean our own possession. They're either hoofing it or giving it to Fabianski to hoof. Three of them, Diop, Dawson, Fabianski. whenever we get the ball in Leeds' half at our feet, we're looking good. We look like we're going to get a chance every time we run at them. But the problem is getting the ball to them because our centre-backs are just belting it down the park every single time. And we just concede possession so easily. It's the most frustrating thing in the world to watch. And there's been more. I understand there's a time and a place where you have to get rid of it. I understand that. But there's too often you're watching that where they're too slow, so they take about 4 touches. So by the time they go to get rid of it, there's someone on them, so they've got to turn and go backwards. But only because they've taken 4 touches prior to that. There's 1 or 2 occasions where they're clearing it when they don't need to. They're just belting it. They're just putting the laces through. We see it time and time again. It's the most frustrating thing to watch. Get the ball into Rice and Lanzini's feet in the middle, and we'll start to do all right. We're still in this game, but I don't know. Do you know if I was Moyes, I think I would change a centre back. I'm not even taking the piss. I think I would, because we need to be better on the ball. At least say as a ball playing centre back on the bench, I would hook one of the 2 centre backs and put him in, because Leeds are just going to for the second half. All they're going to do is try and knock it over the top of our defence. That's all they're going to do. You're just going to have to run. That's as a centre back in second half. While it's still 2-1 Leeds, you're going to be in a sprint race with the Welsh Adama Traore. And thank God he is a skinny Adama Traore, otherwise we'd be 3-1 down at half time. The centre backs just they're not good enough, and we're losing possession from them far too often. I don't know, Charlie. It just winds me up. I want to go. I always say to you and Gonzo, there's always one player you want to go shake or throttle. It depends how aggressive you're feeling. Today it's them, the centre backs and the keeper. I want to go throttle them and say, well, you just stop belting it back. It's annoying me a lot.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Before I head off, I'll say this. I think there's an argument to be said that we need Crowell on. Rice, bless him, wants to get forward and he's desperate to do it. And as much as I want him to just sit deep for once in your life, just stop, please. It's not happening. And I think there's an argument to be said that we need Crowell on. I don't know who I'd take off. I guess it would have to be Vlasic or Fornals in that sense. I don't know which one, but just so we can just to allow us. And I think that might help as well a little bit, because again, we need more options in that area. And if there's an extra player, that's one of the things I like about Lanzini playing in a sort of 10 position. He will drop deep and give you sort of extra options to pass through the sort of lines. And so if we can take off one of them and bring on Kraut, that will allow Rice going forward not being so concerning to me, because my God, that man keeps picking up the ball and driving with it. And that's all well and good. I mean, he's not doing anything with it at the final end, at the end of it. So please stop for 5 seconds. And but whatever, he's at least creating the opportunity with the drive. Then we're not so exposed. And I feel like it's just scaring me every single time. I don't know. But I'm going to head off to the toilet. Geo, we are at 424 likes. So we're getting there.
A bit like West Ham. Not quite good enough, is it?
As I was saying during the game, I was like, come on, everyone, like the video. And they're like, Charlie, when we're bad, we're not going to like the video, are we? I'm like, you're not wrong. But if we have any hope of doing this, we just got to grind it out. So let's see what we'll be at the end of half time. But I'll speak to you in a moment.
Hey, everyone in the live chat, let's see what you say. Get your comments in regarding the first half. Have a look. And while you're here, do drop a like on it. As Charlie said, 450 something. There's nearly 600 of you watching. So if you all like the video, good. If we get to 1,000, we're going to give away one of our next level mugs as well. So let's see what you're saying. Scott thinks Vlasic has played well. I don't think he's played bad, but I wouldn't say he's played well. I think he's done okay, average. He's done all right. Jordan said their first goal of the cutback was exactly how their chances appeared in the FA Cup game. He's disappointed. Yeah, it was poor defending all around, weren't it? I always say, show me a goal, show you a mistake. There's 2 or 3 you can do there. Fraser said he's confident Moyes will make the difference at half time. I'm not. I think he's a bit too slow sometimes. The thing is, this is like Ellen Road. I remember being 1-0 down at halftime at Ellen Road, and I just felt like we were still in it. I still think that today. I still think we're in this. Leeds are playing well. Leeds have been the better team, but they've not been amazing, have they? You know what I mean? They're not streets ahead of us, so we can up our game and tweak it a little bit. 1 or 2 changes, and I think we can go on and win this game, but we need changes. We can't continue with what we were doing in the first half. So I'm hoping Moyes changes something at half time. I'm not too sure he will. Iron X says Leeds look like they want it more. Chris says Moyes is telling the boys a new one, going to hammer them in the second half. Pointy says we're playing a counter-attacking team or a defensive midfielder who's getting forward. Rice should know our centre-backs are unpredictable. The thing is, I actually think Rice has played quite well going forward. I feel like he's the one driving us. A couple of good runs. That time he took it around the goalkeeper, just a bit unlucky. Took it down to the corner, got a corner. I think Rice's driving ones have been okay. The problem is, like you said, there's no one watching his six. Case says Sufal putting his arm up in the second goal has annoyed him. Very annoyed him by the looks of his choice of words. Bill thinks Creswell's been quiet, but Oliver thinks Dawson has been fine. I'll be honest with you. Dawson's making me nervous. Every time Leeds come forward, Dawson and Diop making me nervous. That chance Dan James had, I'm sorry, but you can't watch that and say Dawson does well there. He's slow to react, and then when he does react, he gets it wrong. Dan James plays a simple 1-2. Dawson's on the deck, and Dan James is in on goal. He scores that. That's Dawson's fault. And I think this is the point I've been trying to make. I think Diop's big errors almost get punished a bit more than Dawson's. Dawson got off with that one. Crystal Palace, Diop makes an error. It's in the back of the net. And I think that's why sometimes you get a bit angry towards this. So I don't think either of them are playing well today at all. And he missed a sitter for someone of Dawson's ability. Chris says Vlasic are very one-dimensional. Someone from Crown move lands in. Yeah, I think that's what Charlie wants to see. And I wouldn't be against that. Scott thinks Antonio's been awful, and Help Me says that Antonio's been awful for a few months. If Ali played like this, he would get slaughtered. Gaz thinks Creswell's looking a little bit nervous. Chickster says we're missing Soucek. Creswell poor for both goals. Yes, I agree. Adam says none of our players would have finished how Harrison scored the first. Sort of agree. I think you can imagine Bowen scoring that, though. Jones says that Antonio's on a card, got a knock, but nobody to replace him. Deanville, red card, somebody. Ben says not many players on the bench. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? We've got Yarmolenko, and I'm sorry, but I'm not saying I would bring Yarmolenko on. What I'm saying is I think Moyes will turn to Yarmolenko and probably Masuaku. Look, the Three Hammers, Luke says, look a bit tired of spells, need a bit of luck. The 50-50s are going their way. Ian says Fernand's running around like a headless chicken. He is. He's not doing great, but he did put the through ball for Rice. He's technically, arguably, done the best pass of the match so far. But I do agree, not enough from him in the first 45. Major says, if we're being honest, we knew this game was going to be dropping points. We expected to win, therefore drop points. It's the old West Ham way, isn't it? James says Dawson's been meh. He's lucky Dan James couldn't finish in a sperm bank, otherwise it'd be 3-1. Ben says we've been consistently crap in first halves all season, arguably in all of Moyes' tenure, while Suburban says that he doesn't think Cress was fully fit. Harley gone forward, been poor at the back. Pointy said he'd bring on Okaflex. He's got something to prove. Andy thinks we're missing Sucha. Everybody's telling me Benitez has been sacked. I'm aware of that, but it's half time. I'm not really going to... Harry said he disagrees. Rice going forward has done fuck all, so pack it in. I disagree. I think he makes that forward run that Fernandez finds. It runs the goalkeeper. His final ball wasn't adequate. It was a bit difficult angle, but I think to say he's done nothing is incorrect, personally. I think he's done more than Vlasic in the final third for West Ham in the first half. Andy says lack of centre-back pace is hurting us. I agree with that. KM says Leeds started the game. We should have done the way we should have done. We don't look away of our league position and the status of around those and how important 3 points are. Lack of urgency from all, including Moyes, will cost us. Ryan thinks we need to get Lanzini on the ball more. He does look nice, doesn't he? When he's had a couple of touches on the ball, I think he's looking good. Off the ball, I don't think he's playing particularly well. James said Sufal's been bad. Dawson looks as slow as a boat, I think he means. And Diop is clumsy as always. What's the point of Ariel if he's a cup keeper? Could be world class if we played every week. Right, let's have a little look at what they're all saying. Antonio, he's not played particularly well. It's a stupid tackle to do. He does this too often, Antonio. He just flies in. He just loses all composure. I don't know if it's frustration or what, but it's just stupid. That yellow card he's got just kills him. He can no longer go in for 50-50s for defenders and that. What have you done that for, you idiot? You absolute idiot. And this replicates the Southampton game earlier on the season. He's on a yellow card for ages, and in the last minute he did a similar tackle to that and got sent off. He's just... I don't know what he does it for. It's a stupid thing to do. Sorry, Charlie, just give me 1 minute. I'm just scrolling quick. Just scrolling quick. If I'm missing anything tasty, people are just angry at the team and angry at Rice, angry at Antonio and Andy, angry at me for making Declan Rice's runs. Upton Parker said Lanzini is too weak for this sort of game. Sufal can't hit a barn door. Passing is crap. Leeds are hashing out of it, their game to win. Right, over to you, Mr. Walsh.
I agree. There you go. I'll back your beef. Don't know what you said, but I'll back it regardless. Before we get on to anything else,
I said I thought Rice has looked all right in the final third for us, and somebody said he's been crap, and I need to pack it in.
Well, I'll back you regardless because I'm here to back your beef. I'm here to back the beef. I might disagree with him as well, but I'm going to back your beef regardless. I'm going to back your beef. The teams are coming out, so I'll let you run off. I'll say to you just before you do though, 496, almost 100 likes at halftime. Come on, people, we're almost at 500. That's halfway to a giveaway.
By the way,
it's not going to
before I go, I said 3-2 before the game. I'm sticking with it. I think we're going to win 3-2.
Love that. Big place. Thank you very much, Geo. Enjoy yourself. See you often. Full time. Everyone, you can see Geo again at full time if you want. Stick around because that will be coming up. Live review, of course, with Geo and Gonzo. Just a couple of minutes after kickoff. After full time happens. I'll be spamming that link in chat so you don't even have to go anywhere. We do all the hard work for you. But the second half is about to kick off. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. More importantly, if we get to 1,000, we'll be doing a live giveaway on the channel. It doesn't seem likely at this point, but if we do hit that, 780 something was the record. So if we can get that, then we beat the record. But make sure to subscribe because I do these watch alongs by myself. I do have Danny, but he's not talkative, bless him. So I need you lot here. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any out, or I don't miss any of you coming into the chat and helping me out on this stupid venture, which is a watch along by myself. But yeah, stick around because we'll be live throughout the entire second half. Come on, you Irons. We've kicked off in this second half. Deploy the boys. Hopefully the boys have been deployed. No changes at halftime, apart from Everton, of course, who have sacked their manager. That's something we'll discuss another day. But a big performance in the second half needed for West Ham are to get anything out of this game. Will my chicken nuggets be ready before the second half kicks off? I'm going to assume no because I've just seen that and I've clicked on it. Come on, Lewis. Lewis knows. Rumham, big plays. Big plays. Let's go. Appreciate the stream, says Callum. Appreciate you, Callum. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Feel bad. Geo thinks I want him to pack it in. I mean, Rice. Well, Harry. We move. Issity up with the ball. Again, forced to just punt it long. I think there's an argument to be made about Crowell coming on. I know Gio was talking about Alicia. I think that's also an interesting shout. I think there's an argument to be said about Crowell. Allow Declan Rice to do those marauding runs without making us basically penetrable at the back. Let's go with. And maybe shore up that defense a little bit more with just an out-and-out defensive midfielder. I like the idea of Elise coming on. Nothing's happened, and it's David Moyes, so we'll have to wait until at least 85 minutes before he actually makes a sub. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we see a second half similarly to when we travelled to Ellen Road and we absolutely stormed them in the second half after a terrible first half. Hopefully we see one of those kind of performances. Early doors of Rafinha getting on the ball here. Lobs just tried to play it through to James. It was a nice idea from Leeds, but straight into the hands of Fabianski. Just not quite switched on enough where Leeds there. Rolled out short to Dawson, who given no option. Thought about punting it, and then Kufal, just way too late, decides to give him an option. Mikel Antonio uselessly doing nothing, as per usual. The misses is out. Wish I'd gone to the massage parlor. Well, Never. Thank you. They're never naked though, GP. I check and they never are. It does nothing but upset me. It does nothing. I'm checking again now. I bet they won't be. Look at that. One, and he's clothed. Liar. Well upset. We'll kiss this game goodbye if Crowell comes on. I disagree, Ionix. I think There's an argument to be made that they're outdoing us in midfield, in the defensive midfield area specifically, and in defense. You have a couple of options to do that, right? You have changing up specific personnel, or you have changing up tactics. Now, I'm sort of advocating the tactical side of it. It would be more of a 4-3-3. Essentially, Lanzini takes up the role of one of the three behind the striker, but he drops so deep all the time that we may as well. That gives you a little bit extra midfield. Crowell gives you the opportunity to allow Rice to make those runs forward, even if I agree with what it seemed like the chat was saying to Geo, although I didn't see. I don't think Rice is doing anything with the ball once he gets there, bless him. But he's at least creating chances with movement, even if he's not doing anything with it. That can't be sort of super nice when we're down. When we're away and we're losing out of possession, we need to find a way to keep that more. Extra options for the defenders allows you to have extra passing options so we don't end up hoofing it as often. It gives you an extra solidity, defensive solidity, so when they're playing it forward, it's not just completely at a loss. And probably Lanzini will drop deep to give you extra options there as well. I don't think it would end the game by any stretch of imagination. I think it would give us a more solid base to build up off of. The bigger problem right now is Mikel Antonio is having an awful game, and there's nothing we can do about it because we have no one else. It's a first call for a baby bell, people. If it's backed, then it's backed. But right now, Major has lobbed in the first one. It is Max. Here he is. He's guarding that sort of area. Just making sure what's going on. He's watching the game, bless him. He wants to know. He wants to know what's happening with the boys. I want to see us like. The problem is we don't really have. How do I word this? Declan Rice with a good tackle through to Pablo Fornals. Declan Rice stats just a shot and it goes way high and over. This is what I mean. He's creating sort of chances, Declan Rice, by getting into positions. I don't want him to. I want him to just sit back. But he's at least creating things. But I think it's coming more of a the fact he's having to do it, it's more coming from a frustration that we aren't doing enough. You know what I mean? And I just want to have that little bit of solidity that will allow him to carry on doing this. Because he's one of the few people who's like on it. Who's on it, you know? So hopefully that's the case. Mikel Antonio with an awful touch into the path for Pablo Fornals. Oh, puts onto a stronger foot. Pablo Fornals. Oh, slots it home beautifully. Pablo Fornals. Pablo Fornals. What a finish. What an absolute finish. It was an awful touch from Mikel Antonio in the build-up. The ball comes forward to him from, I don't know who it was. The touch was god awful. The second touch looked more like, I don't know if it's a control or if it's a pass to Fornals. Either way, Fornals is in the box. He has one man to beat before being able to be straight on goal. And he takes a touch onto his stronger foot and then just slots it past Melier. Wrong foots him completely. Oh, so good. Pablo Fornals. Pabbers. The fornicator. Yes. And the crowd start roaring. It's West Ham United 2. Leeds United 2. Stepping up. We're back in the groove. We're back in this. Come on. He eats paella. He drinks Estrella. We're going to Vienna or Sevilla. I think Sevilla is the final. It doesn't. The point is it's 2-2. I can't remember. The point is it's 2-2. Here we go. Can we step up? Second half goals. We have the third most in the Premier League this season. Again, all of our goal scoring stats are up there with City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. That's how well we're doing this season, right? Second half goals with the third most in the league, only behind Liverpool and City. We can do this. Come on. It's possible. Let's go. Yes. Good man. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. My God. Iron Shaft. Jesus Christ. And the ball's played out to Bowen on the right-hand side. Tries to whip it in for Vlasic's good header away in the end, but he was lurking. He was lurking. Also, the people shouting at Declan Rice to shoot from outside the area, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Leeds are having a panic attack. West Ham are going to score again. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Now's the time to capitalize. Keep pushing. Keep pressing. Keep making this a thing. Issa Diop did well to just take the ball away from James there, who just ends up hacking him down. West Ham, let's take this quickly. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. Oh, A4L. Why? Fair enough. He does. Dumbstruck from the boy. Come on. Second half has been all us. All us. Just sloppy passing there, leaving the ball for Leeds. This has been... And a sloppy pass from Leeds gets off a throw. Look, this has been all us so far. We can do this. We can do this. A great goal from Pablo, giving us a big opportunity. An awful throw-in because we are West Ham and we can't take throw-ins and it's happening. Come on. Come on. Can you do it? No. I'm just going to say no. Move on. Do you know who does do go on Titch? Hammers Fans United, he does a good one. I can't. I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to match Goldbridge in any facet of my life. So I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it. I'll pay homage to Goldbridge, to Mark. If I can call you that, sir, I'll pay homage to him. And I won't try to step to the king's throne. Do you know what I mean? Leeds trying to come forward here. Dan James with an awful pass looking for Jack Harrison's, put him into absolute no man's land, but the hooked cross is deflected off of Kufal back into Harrison's feet on the left-hand side, whips it into a really dangerous area. Dan James tried to attack it. It was close. It was close, but couldn't work, and Dallas on the far side couldn't make it happen. Remains 2-2. Remains 2-2. Suburban. It's the simple pleasures in life, Suburban. You know what I mean? It's the simple pleasures in life, and I back that. I back that. I bet I could find one. I guarantee I could find one. We'll see. Can't believe we're still waiting for the baby bell. The best is yet to come. It's true, Iron. It's true. We were thinking about it. There was teetering on the edge of baby bell calls there, but of course it ended up coming down to a goal. So we're waiting a little bit. That's been put off now. But there was a moment where we were thinking about it. There was a moment when we were thinking about it. Flash is just getting the third. That's what I like, James. Yes, let's go. We need fourth, fifth is good for you. Listen, the logic might be sound, okay, but it's ours. Back off. West Ham attacking now. Jared Bowen down the right-hand side takes on Ayling, who does well. Does well up against England's best winger. Don't at me. West Ham showing some pressing. Oh my God, we're pressing. What's happened? We've come out and it feels like West Ham again. We're pressing people. Fornals. Oh, Pablo Fornals. Bro, whoever you just did that to, bin yourselves. Lanzini. Oh, off balance, tries to put in a cross. It's not very good. Off kilter. Pablo Fornals just not making people. Bro, it's happening. It's happening. Vlasic charging forward. All turns, puts it in. It wasn't a great ball. Whoever the number 43 is for Leeds was trying to tackle Vlasic, and I've told you before. I'll tell you again. No, you're not tackling him. You can't. You do it. You can't do it. He's too strong. Oof. Issa Diop just wobbling his way forward. Couldn't find a pass there. Some sarcastic shouts were shouting from the crowd, but couldn't quite make it happen. Leeds are so much on the back foot here. Jack Harrison has control of the ball past their corner flag, and Kufal is actively trying to tackle him and is pushing it. Come on, we're doing good this now, right? We're doing well right now. Let's capitalize on this. Let's get a third. We can get this game is ours right now. Leeds are under siege. Siege. The arrows are coming over. They're blocking out the sun. Here come the crosses from Kufal. It's happening. You know? My God. The horse has been implanted in their defense. It's opened up. Guess who's in there? It's Jared Bowen. Playing Irish Republican is very angry about Declan Rice, which I respect from your point of view. I do respect that. And 1/4 of me, the Irish side of me, also very highly respects it. I would say stop spamming it, but I respect it. I do respect it. But, don't spam. Don't spam. We need to capitalize on this, man. Come on. We've got the better of it right now. Cresswell, not the best pass you've ever seen back to Diop, who has no options. Forced to play a ball awkwardly with his weak foot. Vlasic can't get control of it. Played through by Leeds. Oh, this is dangerous. Jack Harrison. That is a disgustingly good finish from Jack Harrison. Sometimes you just have to look at it and go, do you know what? Fair play. That was a disgustingly good finish from Jack Harrison. Leeds have retaken the lead. It's West Ham United 2, Leeds 3. There's so many people you can pick out for that. That's the problem here. Issa Diop receives the ball from a bad back pass from Aaron Cresswell for a start. Just awkwardly, like, why are you doing it? Puts it to Diop, who has no options to pass it forward, whatever. Is forced to make a difficult pass with his weak foot, something he's never going to be good at, into the path of Vlasic, who is just awkwardly at him, so he can't take a good touch. And then instantly Leeds break brilliantly. Ball gets played into Harrison in the box, one-on-one with an on-rushing Fabianski, and just absolutely lobs it over, just chips it, just dinks it over and beautifully. It's his first career hat-trick for Jack Harrison. It's Leeds United 3, West Ham United 2. And here comes West Ham's change in the 61st minute. I don't think any of us had this. Arthur Masuaku is coming on for Vlasic. Okay. All right. Okay. In the words of all right. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know who that was. Outcast, maybe. I'm not sure. It's so many people's fault. We could pick out. Look, okay, right. Let's talk about this. We can look at it and we can go, oh, Vlasic, man, he missed out on that control. Oh, flipping Diop, man, why is he passing it like that? And then we could go all the way back to Cresswell, whose hospital pass to Diop set the whole thing up to begin with. Just stupid from so many different people. Just bad. And now we've got to come back yet again. Do we need to keep? Can we stop trying to do comebacks? Pablo Fornals is going to get a yellow card here. I think it's Pablo Fornals or is it Lanzini? It might be Lanzini, actually, to be fair. He was in the central area, so it could be Lanzini. Yeah, it was Lanzini. Lanzini missing out to Dan James, of course, and then just an awkward challenge on a Rafinha, the Brazil-Argentine connection not going well there. Just a clumsy hold tackle from Lanzini. Again, I feel like we could have an actual defensive midfielder. Yeah, that's just me. That's just me. Bell time. Todd's shouting for bells. If we get 2 more bell calls, I'll put it to the chat. It's a free kick in the meantime in a dangerous area for Leeds. It's definitely within shooting range. Talking about 25 yards out. It's just past the D. Big wall. Rafinha hits it. Oh my God, it hits the post. Jesus. Bell time. All right, we've got bells. We've got bells in chat, people. The bells have happened. I'm lobbing the poll in. Poll should be in chat right now. You have until 63:30. And if the bell poll passes, then it's the time shall toll. Maybe that made sense. I'm not sure. The point is, there's a poll in chat. Let me know. Should I bell? Yes or no? Yes or no? Seeing a lot of calls for bells. Bowen on the right-hand side tries to lay it into Pablo Fornals. No chance. He recollects the awkward cross. We did well. We did well in that possession, in that spell of domination. We did get a goal. Bowen shoots from range, never happening. We did well. We had that spell. We had that nice period where we were putting it on him. We step into him, and we got a goal from it. Pablo Fornals with a beautiful finish. Good times. The third change for Leeds is coming on, by the way. It's Rodrigo. We now need to refresh. They've got a goal. They're bringing on a forward player because that's how it goes. It is what it is. What it is. Like we'll see how he ends up playing out. Right. So we are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The poll has ended. It's 76% say yes. I'm going to get the bell, ladies and gentlemen. While I'm away, let me say this, right? I'm just going to go grab the bell. We are at, what are we at? 520 likes. How many likes can we get to by the time I come back from getting the bell? Let's have a gander. Let's have a gander. Right. I'm just going to grab the bell. Danny, no. I've killed Danny. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. My sound stopped. My thing. Danny's dead. You're all right, mate. Here you go. Just... You're good. You're good. Okay, right. I'll be back in a sec. Bell. Bait just gets substituted back off for Rodrigo. Did I just see that correctly? Have they just done a Meepo de Becco on Bait? They have. He's not happy, is he? Bloody hell. They've done a Meepo de Becco on Bait. He's very unhappy about it. Unsurprisingly. Right, I'm unraveling the bell. We're gonna get it going. Do I lob it in whole? Or do I eat it like a normal human being? Or are we just waffling it? What are we saying, people? What are we saying? Uno. It's all part of the luck ritual, people. It's all part of the luck ritual. Dos. Down in one, says now alphanumeric. Alpha, this one's for you. Once I actually managed to unravel it. No chewing. Okay, well, I can't do that. Alpha. I want to read this from the Bloodless, by the way, first. Nobody but Rice, maybe Bone and Kufel, but then again, they've made Hugo Jarrett has shown any amount of urgency and leaving holes all over the pitch. Game should have been postponed when Souček got COVID. Defense is non-existent without Souček. Could be a case of which, Rice should maybe stop marauding forward. I don't disagree with you. I don't necessarily disagree with you. This was for Alpha. Just straight in, no messing. But I am good too, because I'm not a snake. I'm not a snake. I chewed it as little as I could, alphanumeric. I tried. I can feel it. I can feel it here. Yeah. Eat it like a duck. What does that mean? How do ducks eat? I'm spilling tea all over the shop. How do ducks eat? I don't actually know. Don't they sort of like throw it up and then... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Rice comes away with the ball. 68th minute. Trying to make something happen. Finds Arthur Masuaku's out on this left-hand side. I haven't been able to tell whether it's a wing-back scenario or whether it's a winger scenario. I think it's a winger scenario, but we'll see. We'll see. Rice then loses out for a throw into West Ham on the left-hand side. Fairly sort of halfway into Leeds half. You don't want it enough. Maybe not. Maybe not alpha. Maybe not. That was what makes you an alpha and me a beta. I have not. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. Is that a thing? Is that a thing, Todd? Yarmolenko's coming on for the final 20. Look, he's going to start taking shots and it might not be the end of the world. Also, if it gets Antonio off, I'm fine with it. Antonio taken down there. It's a throw-in on the right-hand side for West Ham United. No, it's fine. We're taking off Pablo Fornals. Take off the... Yep, sure. Yes. He comes off and on comes Andrei Yarmolenko. 21 minutes plus stoppage time on the clock. And Yarmolenko. Look, Yarmolenko can shoot from range. Yarmolenko is going to be able to at least... I guarantee you he'll have at least 2 shots by the end of this game. Right? And that's something I couldn't guarantee you about any of the other players on pitch. He'll get into positions where he can take shots from range. Oh, that's a good ball. Masuaku into a dangerous area, tries to pull it back for Andrei Yarmolenko. Can't find him at all. Declan Rice collects the ball and then just whips it into no man's land. It is what it is. Lanzini battles with it. It's played away. Good tackle by Dawson. Good tackle by Dawson. West Ham come away with it. Masuaku taking on Leeds. Can't quite make it work, but Maz managed to win a throw-in. Does manage to win a throw-in in a deeper position. By the half, by the corner flag now, by the area. We're getting there. If we lose, we won't even come top 4. Look, I think we're getting ourselves too hyped about this top 4 nonsense. I think in reality, what we need is just consistent performances, right? And that's something we haven't had for months. That's something we haven't had for a while now. We've not been consistent. Well, not consistently good anyway. And so we can talk about the idea of, we're talking about the idea of like, is it a case of like top 4? We need to get top 4, blah, blah, blah. I think we're overhyping ourselves in that instance. I think in reality, what we need to be doing is we just need to be getting a win against the side who are getting dangerously close to being dragged into a relegation battle at home. That's the bigger problem here. We like top 4, all of that kind of stuff. Nice turn from Andrei Yarmolenko. Release the ball, release the ball, release the ball, release the ball. He didn't release the ball early enough. That's the difference here, right? We talk about top 4 as much as we like, but realistically, we need to be stepping to them. We need to be doing better than this because it's not even a case of top 4. If we want to get top 7, that's the truth of the matter. If you want to be a side who's battling for any position in Europe, losing to a team who are verging on a relegation battle at home, who can barely put out an 11 because they've got so many injuries, including a guy who's 15 years old, that's what you need to do. We can stop talking about top 4. We just need to talk about it realistically. They've got a 15-year-old on their bench, bro. Like, let's be real about it. Let's be real about it. Ed will back me up on this. They can barely put together an 11 right now because they're so done with injuries. I've seen, for example, Ed, I was watching, is it All These TV? Is that what the boy's called? You were on there, right? So I was watching it, right? And like, you're talking about the injuries and everything else. And I'm like, bro, that's what we need to be talking about here. We can go on about blah, 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 blah. Like, we could talk about it, blah, 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 top 4 this, top 4 that. But, bro, they're a team they're not in a relegation battle, but they could get dragged into one. And they've got Dan James up front. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Also, Todd, I did realize that after when you were like, you're gullible, I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Stupid, Charlie. Stupid. Rodrigo trying to find a shot. Craig Dawson with a good block. Pass away was not good, and Leeds are back on top. Like, Leeds are back on top, people. I hope you enjoyed West Ham playing well for a bit, because it's not happening now. I don't know if it's going to go well. This is what I mean, bro. Thank you, Ed. Thank you. This is exactly what I mean. Exactly what I mean. It's exactly what I mean. Didn't mean to click on that. Looked like the word penis, though, so I got very excited. Where is it? This is what I was looking for. I'll be sure. Yeah, I mean, look, I think it'll be... Look, if it's a big dub, it's a big dub. Do you know what I mean? It happens sometimes. It happens. Let's be real. We've been nowhere near good enough to get a win in this game, so it makes no real difference. Well, it doesn't make a difference, but good tackle, ball play through. Rafinha up against Issa Diop. Rodrigo's there. He just drifts through Diop beautifully. Rafinha pulls it back. Hit. It's 4-2 to Leeds. They are in dreamland. 4-2. 4-2. Okay. Okay. All right. Diop under pressure again with no options ahead of him is forced into an awkward pass to Masuaku. He's then up against Rafinha, who just drifts past him beautifully, to be fair. And there's just no defense anywhere to be said. I'm going to make a point here, and it's not going to be one everyone's going to enjoy, but I'm going to make this point anyway. Ed, get your popcorn out. Get hyped, lad. Let's get ready for this. Declan Rice is one of the best out-and-out defensive midfielders in the league. Where is he? Where is he, bruv? Nowhere. A pullback from Rafinha, West Ham's defense in 6s and 7s. Manuel Lanzini, out of the two defensive midfielders we're playing today, is the guy who's on the line trying to block it. Where is he? Now, again, I don't want to sit here and shoot shots at the people that's going to be like all pissed off about me saying it, but it's ridiculous. This shouldn't be a case. Bruv, you're next to Lanzini. Sit. They're checking for a possible offside here. I'm not really sure where the offside is. It's Rodrigo. Do you know what? I feel quite bad for him. I feel quite bad. I can't lie. Right, well, I get to judge scoreline back, so I shouldn't. I look, from a West Ham perspective, it's quite funny. But I do feel a bit bad for him there. I do feel bad for him there. He was offside due to what looked like his arms being outstretched like this for the pass. He doesn't get past to. The shot comes in, it hits off him. He's offside. Oh, you've got, look. Schadenfreude is a beautiful thing, but I do feel a little bit. So I do feel bad. I do feel bad. Bruv, it's massive. It's huge. It's cavernous. It's like the Grand Canyon. It's ridiculous. Still, don't worry. Lanzini will defend it, apparently. Right, a little bit of a lifeline for West Ham there. One we shouldn't have gotten, if we're being perfectly honest with you. It's not something we should be able to say. We shouldn't be able to say West Ham have an opportunity with this. We shouldn't have this opportunity to get back into this game like we do have now, but we do. They've had a goal disallowed. It's 3-2. And at this point, we have to step up our performances. Now, part of the problem is, of course, I mean, look, both teams are injury hit, of course. Leeds are significantly more injury hit than us. But we are an injury hit side. Yondre Yarmolenko just hacking someone down. Mike Dean dropping his yellow card. It's a good day for everyone involved. Look, both teams have obviously been hit by injuries to some extent. I mean, we've got 3 youth players on the bench as well. That's just that's the fact of the matter. But Leeds are obviously significantly worse off here. Thankfully, not here. Thank Christ for that. Yeah, it's a case of both teams will be black, but Leeds are significantly worse off than we are, and Leeds are also in a significantly worse position than we are, and we should be all over them. We're at home, and we're not. We shouldn't have been allowed back into this game like we are right now. Leeds was significantly better than us in the first half. We were crap. We were terrible. We got a goal back. It looked all rosy it went all rosy for a brief minute, but yet again, Leeds have come back into this. Now at 3-2, we shouldn't have this opportunity. Rafinha with a shot from range off the wall from the free kick. West Ham can't do anything can't do anything. It's basically back into Leeds' possession. The point I'm making is we have to make the most of this. Good teams win when they're bad. We've shown this season that we can be that sort of good. We can be. And we've shown it before then. I mean, that Leeds game at Ellen Road, where, again, I can't stress, Leeds done us in that first half, despite being incredibly out of form. We then stepped to Leeds, and we made them pay for it in that second half. We've shown we can do this. We're at home. We can't be dealing with this, man. Calls for a high foot on from against Jared Bowen. I disagree with it. He's practically horizontal when he comes into it. His head's down. I disagree with it being a high foot. We need to make this count. If we can't make this count against them, again, they're not in a relegation battle, but someone who aren't doing anywhere near as well as they should be, Leeds, with a team who have like 4 players fit or whatever, then what are we going to do? What are we genuinely going to do? Anyway, like the video, subscribe if you're around, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, don't get me wrong, Celtic. Don't get me wrong. If we won, it's one of those paper and over crack situation because Jesus Christ. But at this point, you take it. You 100% take it. Leeds passing the ball around with relative ease right now. Do you remember when West Ham pressed? It was enjoyable. Not a good song, just an accurate vibe. Not a good song, just an accurate vibe. Andrei Yarmolenko next corner to Leeds because, again, no chance. Did he actually? Full respect to the man. Full respect to the man. You gotta. That's definitely not the issue, but yeah. Make sure to stick around, everyone, because we'll have probably a very annoyed review full time with Geo Gonzo. So make sure to stick around for that. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Antonio Masuaku linking up down this left-hand side. Antonio's pass back was a nice idea. It was never happening. And I'm surprised he's still on the football pitch. I'm surprised he's still a footballer in general in the Premier League, but we move. Of course, never happening, bless, but he tried. It was a nice idea. Masuaku trying to just get a little bit of space to cross into it. Dallas with the block. It's a throw-in for West Ham, practically on the left corner flag. Practically on the left corner flag. Cresswell to take it. Does the classic thing of walking about 45 yards up the pitch. Short to Antonio, who loses out the ball, unsurprisingly, instantaneously. Yeah, look, I think we should say this as well. As much as I am very angry about a lot of the things West Ham have done today, I should say Adrian's 100% right. I think there needs to be credit to Leeds. Like I said, they're in a very difficult position. Ed and any other Leeds fans in the chat will back me up on this. They're in a very difficult position right now. They can barely put 11 out. The 11 that's on the field is practically the 11 they have to start. They have a 15-year-old on the bench because they've got so many issues with that kind of stuff right now. And so you have to give them credit, like, for putting out the performance they've done, because they deserve this win right now. If this ends up the way it ends, they've deserved it. Hit! Sufal! Yarmolenko! It's in! There must have been an offside. There feels like there was an offside in there. Yarmolenko getting a headed goal of all things. The flag is up. It will go to VAR. A long throw from Mikel Antonio, nodded on from Diop. The original swing from Kufal, hit, save. Bowen from the save hits it. I think it's offside. I think it's going to count offside. I'm not even going to bother changing it. It does look like that one was offside. It is. It's an offside call. Offside. Close. Close but no cigar. Close but no cigar. As I was saying, you really do have to give Leeds credit, because again, they only have like the players they've got on the pitch right now, and the performance they've put out has been so, like, you look at this week and last week's performances, they are completely and utterly different. Leeds are so much better today, and have deserved, if they win this, deserve every single second of it, deserve it all, like 100%, every point. We've been nowhere near good enough, and Leeds have been significantly better than us. And with 7 minutes plus stoppage time to go, it's currently West Ham United 2, Leeds 3. Both teams have had the ball in the net, disallowed for offside both times. Both times correct. Unluckily from Rodrigo's perspective, but correct. Leeds have they've just made it difficult for us. And James is correct. These fans in the chat, can you please all do me a favor and like the video? Yes, please. Please. Look, I'm giving you this entertainment for free, Leeds fans. All you could do, all I ask is a like. That's all I ask. That's all I ask for. We did it. We've done it twice this season already. We can... A third time. We did it in the cup, I guess. That kind of means... I don't know. We've done it twice this season. We can let them have one. Do you know what I mean? What's that game at Ellen Road this season? Time is lost on me. It must have been, right? Because Leeds were crap and last season they were good. So it must have been this season. Who knows? Who knows? Because I don't. It's love. Declan Rice charging forward into a dead end once more. Antonio. Back to Masuaku. Antonio. Oh, he manages to keep it in. Fair play, Mikel Antonio, for keeping that one in. He lost out on it stupidly. Fair play for keeping it in. His cross was the sort of thing I would do after running 40 yards, except he ran 4 yards, but still. Oh, don't you just love football? it's such a good pastime. I really love it. I just love football. I just bloody love football. Okay, it's great. Respect. Charlie can quite easily dislike a video. Fine, you can do that. I won't see it. They've taken dislikes off now, so it means nothing to me. Dislike away. Means nothing to me, mate. It means nothing to me. We're at 534 likes, so I'm happy with that. Dislike away if you want. You raise an outrageously good point, Richie. I could do it once a month. Once a month. And it's more of a light jog. But I do it. I don't do it. I could do it. That's the point. That's the point. Bruv, it's what he does, though. I like it, and he's doing stuff with it, but it's what he does. We go get hyped because, oh my God, he's running with it. To where? To where? He picks up in A, he goes to B. Where is B? Who knows? Cul-de-sacs, mainly. Sonny Perkins, coming on for West Ham United. Getting his... Is this probably his Premier League debut, isn't it? Would it be? How old is he now? 17, 18? Something like that? I don't know. The point is, Sonny Perkins coming on. Get hyped, everyone. 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. West Ham, bringing on the youngster. No, I know that wasn't me shouting at you, Dory. That wasn't me shouting at you. I should be clear. That wasn't me shouting at you at all. Don't know why. I just do it. Fair enough. Someone's got to blame. Screw it. Why not? 17, but played in Europe. That's what I thought. It was Europe, right? Yeah. Here we go. Issa Diop's an interesting one. Sonny Perkins coming on. David Moyes managed to find a way to make this game seem less pointless for West Ham. Bringing on Sonny Perkins, someone who every single West Ham fan has basically wanted to see more on after his debut in Europe. After his games in Europe. He started today. Second game significantly worse than his first substitute appearance, but this is a great opportunity for him. And Tony, I don't know where he's playing. I don't know what the formation is anymore. Let's just go for it. Let's Slaven Bilic this thing and just throw everyone at this. Just everyone. For everyone saying he's 17, thank you very much as well. I'm an idiot, but I felt like it was 17. Let's just gun for it. Dan James and Fabianski colliding massively as Fabianski clears the ball. Just takes a little bit too long. But Bowen's on the left-hand side, tries to take it on. Cross comes in, deflects off the number 15, and it is now a West Ham corner. The crowd hyped up. Dan James picks up a yellow card for the tackle on Lucas Fabianski. Takes a little bit too long. Dan James. Here we go. Corner to West Ham. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Can they get something from a game they don't deserve anything from? Cresswell to take it. Our corners have actually been good today. For the first time in a while, we've had some good corners. You love to see it. Aaron Cresswell over it with his very precise hair. Whips it in. Header deep from Dawson. Big shouts for handball. I don't think so. Played out wide to Yarmolenko on the right. Back to Lanzini. Not a great pass deep, but it's Dawson still there. Manages to get the control back to the precise hair of Aaron Cresswell. Antonio. With one of the do you know what? Usually when something that bad happens, I just try to move on from it. No, let's deeps it. Mikel Antonio there with one of the worst passes you're ever going to see in your life. He tries to chip it, cross it. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that it was goddamn awful. And it's a complete waste of an excellent opportunity. And, you know, we move. Probably the lighting doesn't help, but I do have it's the skin thing, man. I have a skin thing where my skin's just red. My mum has it as well. It's a pain, but what can you do? Might stop putting makeup on. If I ever come on a stream, right? This is for everyone out there on this channel, on my personal channel, A Top Lad, on my wrestling channel, A Top Mark. If I ever subscribe to those, why not? If I ever come on and I don't look like a sun-dried tomato, then no, I've put makeup on. I've considered it. That's how bad it is. I've considered it. I can imagine. Enjoy it. I would in your position. Poor cross straight into the hands of Melier. He's going to hold this one until stoppage time begins. David Moyes trying to encourage the boys somewhat. We have 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Come on. Let's go. Sitting up for this. I'm gonna have a little drink. We've got 3.5 minutes left to do something, anything. Now's the time, by the way, for the Hammers Chat Man of the match. We're in stoppage time. How do you feel? Who was your man of the match? Let me know. Whoever gets the most amount of votes in the chat will, of course, get the Hammers Chat Man match. From a Leeds perspective, we all know it's Jack Harrison. But from a West Ham perspective, what are you guys feeling? Todd, stay safe. Keep well, my bro. And I'll see you in the next game. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. I'm saying he does that, doesn't he? He does that. I wish I had that excuse, Iron, but I don't even drink alcohol. That's the worst part about it. I don't even have that excuse. Lanzini trying to find his way through, dinks it. Chested down, Dawson. Rice or Yarmolenko can't get control of it, and away come Leeds. West Ham regain possession of the ball. Dawson in a very, very attacking area. You love to see it. Lanzini picks up the ball, strides through. Antonio Perkins is making a better run. He finds Antonio instead. Lanzini in the area, trying to do anything with it. Finds Yarmolenko, who hits it into the hands of Melier. It was a nice hit. Bottom bins. It was close. We've been 4 fully deserved win for Leeds. Yeah, 100%, Martin. Strongly agree. Man of the match is Diop. I mean, you know, Master Aku, man of the match. He passed a couple of teammates, bless him. And you'll be getting one. Trust me, you'll be getting one straight after this. Harrison, man of the match. Just fair. 4 nows. VAR. Remember Space Jam when he took a stick? Yeah. It does feel a little bit like that, doesn't it, Scott? It does feel a little bit like that. Good to see you at the end, but Archie, hope you're good. This is not good. Honestly, we need to beat teams like Leeds if you want top 4. Again, I don't even think we should be looking at Leeds. We know we should be looking at top 4. Wasteland Television, very excited about a big dub incoming. I actually want David Sullivan to go and get us a striker. Can't wait a couple of years for Moyes to get one. No one deserves man in the match. Bowen getting a shout there. Declan Rice coming forward. Again, nothing. I tell you what, we'll give man of the match to Bowen. We'll give it him. We'll give it him. No, do you know what? Let's just give it. Let's just give it flipping. Let's just give it Harrison. Fair play, Jack Harrison. How much chat man of the match? How much chat man of the match? The boy. He's done incredibly today. To be fair to him, first career hat trick in the Premier League as well to do it. Less than a minute to go. Less than a minute to go. 30 seconds. Last chance saloon. Cresswell takes it quickly out to Antonio down the line. This is a really good opportunity. Puts it in with his weak foot. Bowen. Meslier incredibly relieved. If he headed that, you'd think it's in. Bowen comes flying across goal. It hits off his chest. Cresswell does really well, by the way, to take that quickly. Finds Mikel Antonio with his weak foot. Second time, puts it in. It deflects. That's the only thing I can think about why Bowen doesn't header that. It's crossed in. It's not a great cross, but it deflects off into the path of Bowen, who he has the time to adapt, but he tries to chest it. You have to imagine that's game over. And it is. It is a massive, massive win for Leeds United. Away from home at the London Stadium. It ends West Ham United 2, Leeds United 3. Fair play. They 100% deserved it. If you want to say anything out of the gate, you have to say they 1000% deserved it. Annoying because that should have and could have been a game of ours to win. Except it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, stick around, everyone, because in just a few moments, we'll be having, of course, our live review of Geo Gonzo. They're just setting it up now. But while they do that, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Reminder to like the video. If you're a Leeds fan, like the video. This entertainment's been free today, so it's the least you could do. We're at 537, which is thank you very much, everyone, for 537. That's a big amount of likes. Look, if we hit 1,000, we would get a prize at some point. But for 537 for a game like today, has done very well for us. But remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out, because of course I do these watch alongs by myself every single match day without fail. I'm here. I've missed 1 in 2 years. So make sure to come back. Make sure to come back, because I do it by myself. Without you, they are nothing. They are nothing. Stress. Let's see. What are we saying? Well plays Leeds. You deserve the win. Strongly agree with Manfred there. Why do we constantly play up the wings when our players cannot pass? You raise a good point. It's because we're quite one-dimensional. Diop, that's it. That's the joke. I mean, look, we have to blame David Moyes for the lack of signings. We could sit here and blame Diop as much as we want, but there's so significantly more problems in today's performance than just Issa Diop. So many more problems than just Issa Diop. Again, we could sit here and talk about that. We could sit here and be like, oh, it's the option. He should have done this. He should have done that. His passing was bad, this, that, and the other. And all of those things, to some extent, would 100% be true, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like they wouldn't be. But realistically, Diop was not the only problem today. West Ham's entirety were not very good. They weren't good enough. There was, the first 10, 15 minutes of that second half. There was 10 minutes in that first half. And that's about it. The rest of it was all Leeds. Now, the first thing, and I've said it already, but it deserves to be said, like, fair play to Leeds. They deserved that game 100%. They were better than us in every position on the pitch. They outdid us. They outworked us. They outran us. They outpressed us. They did literally everything they needed to do to win, right? 100% everything they needed to do to win. But if we are to talk about it from a West Ham perspective for a second, there are so significantly more problems than just Issa Diop. You know, again, we can sit here and we can talk about Issa Diop doing this wrong and doing that wrong. And yeah, of course, we can have those conversations. Let's have them. That's fine. But if you're sitting there going, Issa Diop is the issue, bro, you weren't watching the game. You weren't watching the game. West Ham did not exist. Did not exist in that. Which is ridiculous. This is a Leeds side who can barely put 11 players together, right? This is a Leeds side who can barely put 11 players together. They're trying, but the people who are on the pitch are the only people they can play, essentially. And yet, again, we can sit here and talk about Diop. And again, Diop wasn't good. Fam, bigger problems than that. Bigger problems than that. Anyway, the live review is ready to go. So I'm going to start spamming that link in the chat for you now. Make sure to click on that. Get involved. go and have a grand old time, having a big old shout about how bad West Ham were. I'll be listening, of course, while making a thumbnail, but make sure to go and have a little click on that. Go to the review. Before we end that, I will say thank you once more to Mr. Chickster12 as well as Callum Skipper for lobbing in some donations into the full-time fund. Very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. Remember to subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. We do watch-alongs, we do matchday coverage every single game. We are here. I do watch-alongs by myself every single game. So make sure, come back, get involved, come on. We're all good. We're all grand. Like the video if you haven't already, and go and watch the review. It's about to start. Everyone, enjoy yourselves. Come on your irons, and I'll see you for Man United next week. Big plays. Come on your irons. The boys will deploy. See you there, everyone. Bye.